CHAMPS Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza, celebrating 50 years of flavor. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. The future of education begins at ltu.edu. Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. The Construction Association of Michigan, the voice of the construction industry in Michigan. U.S. Navy, transform your life and become part of something bigger. Learn more about naval careers at Navy.com. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
It's the last week of the high school football season across our great state of Michigan, and that means it's rivalry week. Welcome to Traverse City, where we get to highlight one of the best rivalries in our state. It's the Patriot game, Traverse City Central against Traverse City West on a very ugly night for football. Late October in Michigan, we love it. He's Grant Perry, I'm Evan Stockton. We hear from Liz Kuhn on the sidelines, who's actually working hard, braving the elements in just a second. So Grant, remember, we are in a brave new world in high school football. You can make the playoffs without going 500. That's what Traverse City Central is staring down. They're 4-4. They've won 2 in a row. They're playing good ball. If they lose tonight, the math could work out where they make the playoffs, but it's pretty simple for these guys tonight. Just win tonight, and you're in the books.
Yeah, the goal is to win tonight. You never want to leave it up to the numbers or people to decide, are you in or are you out, right? You want to kind of set your own destiny, and tonight they have the opportunity. Kind of led by the quarterback, Braden McCoon. He's having a fantastic year, 8 touchdowns to 1 interception. Rushing for just under 400 yards, just really kind of controlling that offense. Came into play after Midland, had a little bit of QB controversy there, and then he kind of took the role and has been running with it.
This has been a really good Traverse City Central program the last couple of years. They made the state title game in 2021. Josh Burnham, the star linebacker, is now playing at Notre Dame, and this program continues to build every single year. On the other side for Traverse City West, the story is being written on this season. They're not going to play in the playoffs. They're coming in 3-5. But we're going to have fun tonight, Grant, covering this team. New coach, they're coming off their best win of the year. They won 35-0 last week, and this is their Super Bowl. They don't want to lose against their rival in the last game of the year.
Yeah, just like you said, talking with coach, they feel like they're playing their best ball late in the season right now. And like you said, they're not going to make the playoffs, but they have an opportunity to really kind of pour down on the Cinderella story here and kind of ruin the chances of Central's opportunity to make the playoffs. And kind of led by Adeo Limobade, who's a beast at running back, just a true workhorse. I mean, over 100 touches, just under 500 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, 300-yard games. So he's doing a really good job.
Going to be fun to cover him and all the players on this field tonight. Speaking of that, down to the field we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please direct your attention to the east end zone as we recognize veterans, active duty military, and first responders. We are afforded the opportunity to play tonight's game because of those who valiantly served our country and preserved our way of life. Thank you, veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we humbly ask for your silence as we honor the following area soldiers and first responders who made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty while serving our country. We remember Chief Mechanics Mate Cecil Canfield, United States Coast Guard. Colonel Demas T. Craw, U.S. Army Air Corps. Corporal Charles Waller, U.S. Army. Corporal Paul Miller, United States Marine Corps. Lieutenant Herman Howard, Traverse City Fire Department. Major Douglas Sloan, Charlevoix. Major Sergeant U.S. Army William Shepard, Traverse City. Navy SEAL Senior Chief Petty Officer Heath Robinson, Petoskey. Private First Class John Bishop, Gaylord. Private First Class Joseph Lancourt, Ludington. Private Jackie Diener II, Boyne City. Sergeant Dennis Finch, Traverse City Police Department. Sergeant Dylan Fox, U.S. Army. Sergeant Justin Hansen, United States Marine Corps. Sergeant Spencer Akers, Army National Guard. Sergeant David Day, Gaylord. Master Sergeant William Shepard, U.S. Army. Sergeant Jason Callow, Mansalona. Sergeant Matthew Baskowski, Sheboygan. Sergeant Spencer Akers, Pine River. Staff Sergeant Drew Costic, United States Marine Corps. Staff Sergeant Matthew West, Gaylord. Technical Sergeant Matthew Swartz, U.S. Air Force. Trooper James E. Boland, Traverse City. Trooper Larry L. Forriter, Alpena. Trooper Paul K. Butterfield, Manistee. Staff Sergeant Donald Munn, Bel Air. These men represent the over 439 men and women that gave their lives since the Civil War in defense of our freedom. We invite you to honor them by visiting Veterans Memorial Park on 11th Street, near the Commons, here in Traverse City. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand as we thank and honor tonight's guests standing on the field who have served or are currently serving our country. Thank you for your sacrifice. All proceeds from t-shirt sales, online clothing sales, and bucket lists will be donated to the local American Legion and VFW organizations and Veterans for Peace chapter. These local organizations directly benefit and recognize veterans in the Traverse City community. Thank you to all of you who are here tonight to honor our American heroes. Thank you to the youth who are here to show their support and respect for these American heroes.
Special night here in Traverse City. Yes, it's a rivalry game between Traverse City Central and Traverse City West, but Grant, part of the reason it's so special, besides the fact that there used to be one high school here in Traverse City and now they've split it into two, is the fact that this is the Patriot game, and the ceremony you're seeing going on here on the field is honoring those who currently serve in the military, those who have served in the military, those who have lost their lives as part of the military. And I mean, look, let's be honest about it. We don't say it enough. The fact that we are here, able to enjoy the lives that we enjoy and to do silly things like play a football game and broadcast a football game are because those who have dedicated their life to something more. And any gesture we can say thank you to them for, whether it be shaking their hands and waving a flag in a football game or anything else, it's cool to be part of something like this, and it's great to see the community support during this game every year.
Yeah, and this is just amazing to be a part of and just kind of witness this tradition that they have at this, the Patriot game. Just the festivities leading up to it, the crowd that's here, despite the rain. I mean, just it shows the overwhelming support, for the troops and for everyone that's served and has lost somebody or, has somebody that is active in the military. But like you said, it doesn't, we don't do enough for the troops, and this is just a small, token of something that these kids and this community gives back, and it gives the kids a sense of pride. It gives them a purpose to be out there, and this is a really special event.
Traverse City West and Traverse City Central shaking hands with all the folks on the field. Traverse City Central in the familiar white, gold, and black. Traverse City West in the green, gold, and white. We alluded to this at the top of the broadcast, and we'll talk about it a few more times, I'm sure. It is not a nice night for football. It's high 40s, it's rainy, it's gloomy, it's ugly, but it is cool, Grant. You can see this excellent shot of all the folks that are coming in to Thurlby Field, which is the home of football here in Traverse City. Traverse City St. Francis plays here. Central and West play here. That's been the joy of our travels so far in this regular season, and we'll get a shot to do it in the playoffs as well. You go to these different communities, and that's what makes you love high school sports so much is, yes, you focus on the great teams and the great players, but you also focus on communities like this where the wins and losses at the end of the day don't mean quite as much as this type of experience on a Friday night in October.
Yeah, I mean, this is just kind of overwhelming how, spectacular and amazing this is. I mean, just having, like you said, the three teams that share this field, and the field itself is just overwhelmingly impressive. I mean, the scoreboard is magnificent. The field looks immaculate. The picket fence, as you added earlier, is just such a nice touch. And then just the sense of pride that it brings to the community, right? It's just kind of a gathering. The community meets, and then they know, come Friday night, this is where it's going to go down, and it's a battle between those three teams each time they play here. And it's going to be a fun night, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Glad to share the call with you.
This community gets to celebrate sports a few times a year. Very famously, Traverse City, the home of the Red Wings training camp every year. How about those Wings, by the way? Off to a great start. Alex DeBrincat, what a signing by Steve Yzerman. Anywho, and now they get a shot to celebrate their football teams here tonight. We will take a break and come on back. Kickoff on the way from Traverse City right after this.
You might not realize it, but tonight you made a difference. Tonight you ordered a little love, hope, and pizza. Because even though you just ordered a pizza for dinner, that one little purchase helps make a big difference. For every pizza purchased in the month of October, Hungry Howie's will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, all on our way to raising $5 million. So this time you didn't just order pizza. You ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry Howie's!
From our very first breath, curiosity is why we question everything through barrages of whys and how comes. It now needs the tools to will its vision into existence. Tools that will forever allow curiosity to obscure the line between technology and magic. Be curious. Make magic. Lawrence Technological University.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
All right, we're back in Traverse City, where you have to be a special kind of Michigander to enjoy this weather. Mid-40s, rainy. And Grant, as I was walking to the press box before the game, I saw someone in shorts, only in Traverse City.
That's someone that's used to the environment, used to the late October football right there. I mean, hopefully that man found some pair of sweatpants because it is a cold one today.
Well, in all seriousness, you want to be playing games in this type of weather because it means the season's going well. Now, usually this type of weather is middle of November in second or third round of the playoffs instead of last week of the regular season. But the fact remains here, we'll talk about it throughout the broadcast. Traverse City Central, a team that has playoff goals and aspirations. They lose tonight. There's still a shot they make it. They just want to win tonight and make it no problems in terms of making the playoffs. As for Traverse City West, this will be back-to-back years. They don't make the playoffs. They come in at 3-5, but it's a team under a new head coach, James Wagner, Northern Michigander, born and raised, but he does come from coaching high school ball in Breckenridge, Colorado. And he told us on our Zoom call earlier this week, Grant, there's no two ways about it. We're coming off our best win of the year. We feel like we figured it out offensively and defensively. We just can't lose the last game of the year to our rival. There's no way.
Yeah, no, and they treat it like any other big rivalry, right? Like you could have a bad season leading up into it, but you put all your eggs in that basket and you say, you know what, if we go out and win on this last game, in this rivalry game, it's all worth it. It's just one of those games where, the records don't matter. And fun fact, I mean, this record all time is 14-14. So, it's neck and neck. Last year, the score was 14-13. Central won that one. So, we're in for a good game tonight. Both these teams are going to be equally as hungry for different reasons. Central, they got playoff aspirations here. And then, West, they want to, kind of ruin and spoil their party, and kind of, lessen their chances of making the playoffs. So, I think we're going to have good play on both sides, and I'm ready to get after it.
The pregame celebrations continuing. Still got that mammoth flag that takes up about 30 yards of real estate in the middle of the field. A few hardy souls brought the umbrellas. A few hardy folks rocking a little bit of maize and blue. I'm stunned on this weekend that we have managed to go like 10 minutes of the broadcast without getting Grant's prediction for tomorrow's game. Grant, do you want to share what do you think is going to happen tomorrow in East Lansing?
Well, you know what? I'll just say I think Michigan's going to win.
Of course.
That's number one.
You have to say that.
I will say, though, you got to be weary, and I'm always weary of the times in which one team is getting all the love. I'm not saying Michigan State's going to upset, but I'm saying, it might come out, might be a close game to start, right? Michigan State, they're kind of in the same boat that Traverse City West is, right? They, their season isn't looking like, it's going to amount to much, right? They're trying to, obtain bowl eligibility, and Chances of that are kind of unlikely. So they're going to try to rain on the parade tomorrow. So, the boys in blue got to be ready.
The line, last time I checked, was Michigan favored by nearly 25 points. But, yeah, Grant, I'm with you. Look, we have seen a million rivalry games. That dumb cliche is throw the records out. Sometimes it's two, sometimes it's not. But, look, Michigan State's season, not to get in the particulars, this is not where they thought they would be. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for Michigan State football this year. I got a feeling it's at least going to be competitive for a while tomorrow. And they are wearing all black, so, they're breaking out their new unis for the big game.
Yeah, new unis. I mean, it's going to be at night. It's going to be a good game.
Let's send another break and come on back, counting you down to kickoff between Traverse City West and Traverse City Central.
From our very first breath, curiosity is why we question everything. Through barrages of whys and how comes, it now needs the tools to will its vision into existence. Tools that allow curiosity to blur the line between technology and magic. Be curious. Make magic. The College of Arts and Sciences at Lawrence Technological University.
You might not realize it, but tonight, you made a difference. Tonight, you ordered a little love, hope, and pizza. Because even though you just ordered a pizza for dinner, that one little purchase helps make a big difference. For every pizza purchased in the month of October, Hungry Howie's will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, all on our way to raising $5 million. So this time, you didn't just order pizza. You ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry Howie's.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Bogan, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Back at Thurlby Field in Traverse City, the home of football in what they call the cherry capital of the world. Traverse City St. Francis, Traverse City Central, Traverse City West all play here. And tonight, Traverse City West against Traverse City Central in another edition of the Patriot game. We've had the pomp and circumstance going on for the last few minutes. In case you're just joining us and wondering why a big American flag is on the field, they use this rivalry game between Central and West every year to celebrate those who serve in our military, who have served in our military, who have lost their lives serving in our military. You can see a bunch of former military members lined up on one of the 45-yard lines. Awesome environment to be a part of. Big crowd still filing in as we prepare for kickoff between the Trojans of Traverse City Central and the Titans of Traverse City West. Those in the know will remember when there was no such thing as Traverse City Central and Traverse City West. They split into two high schools before 1997. Traverse City High School won the state championship in 1988, beat the Shamrocks of Detroit Catholic Central. They went by Redford Detroit Catholic Central at the time. They were on Breakfast Drive. We were alluding to this earlier, Grant. It is a really awesome sports community here in Traverse City. So many people focus on when the Red Wings are here for training camp for a couple of weeks, counting down to the start of their seasons. But now we get to celebrate this great community and what hopefully is going to be a good football game. I mean, heck, last year's game was 14-13. Again, one of those overused football cliches is, on any given day, throw the records out in a rivalry game, but it really does kind of feel like that with these two teams.
Yeah, it does. I mean, and these two teams are eerily similar, kind of run the same schemes offensively. You're going to see, and I kind of relate it to, if you're going out to eat, right, you're going to have a couple dishes. The main dish tonight is going to be the run game. You're going to get run game from both teams, good running backs, good quarterback play, and then you're going to get, a little bit of a side dish of passing when needed, Traverse City Central runs some RPO, and it should be a good one.
Let's pause for our national anthem. This is one of those settings that you can only get in high school athletics. Mid-40s, rain, ugly weather, and a couple of teams battling it out for Traverse City supremacy. Traverse City Central's had a really good program the last couple of years. Let's take a little nostalgic look back for Trojan fans back at 2021. Look at that drone shot. Good look at the rivalry between Traverse City Central and Traverse City West. That day it was all Traverse City Central. They would dominate the run game. They'd go win 42-14. Look at that, Grant. We got another drone. It's a rivalry game when we got a drone. And we also will have a flyover before the ball game as well. Part of the Patriot Day festivities, Patriot Game here festivities in Traverse City. Remember, that 2021 team for Traverse City Central ended up making the state championship game. Heard a rumor that the best player on that team, current member of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, Josh Burnham, in attendance tonight. Trying to see if the Traverse City Central Trojans can take down the rival tonight. Let's go down to the field and say hi to the third member of our crew, Elizabeth Kuhn, standing by.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the rivalry matchup against Traverse City Central and Traverse City West, and it's also the Patriot Game. We talked to both coaches earlier this week on the meaning behind this one, and they both said we wouldn't even be able to step out on this field if it wasn't for the brave men and women who are fighting for our country. They were honored in a pregame ceremony, and also t-shirts were sold throughout the week, and all of the money raised will be donated to local veteran area groups. So we are so excited to be here. Even though it's raining, the student sections are so loud and ready for a great rivalry matchup tonight, and so are we. Evan?
Liz, thank you. Said it at the top of the broadcast, and I say it again. The people actually working harder on the field tonight, Grant. You and I are very spoiled. We are up at a broadcast booth that is nice and toasty.
One of the nicer ones we've been in here. This is a good venue, really nice press box. Liz, best of luck to you down there. Stay warm.
Yeah, you can see the rain that is misting through the Traverse City night air. It is a cool feeling, Grant. We were kind of joking about that Michigan State game, but driving around Traverse City, driving through downtown Traverse City, getting to the field for tonight, you can feel the rivalry buzz. There's a lot of Michigan and Michigan State flags, some of those Michigan State flags that are cut in half, a lot of houses divided across our great state. And I'd have to imagine there's a few houses divided across Traverse City as all the folks file into Thurlby Field tonight. There's a few folks I'm sure, not quite sure who exactly to root for in this game tonight.
It should be a good one. I mean, just walking around the town today, I mean, you saw I saw a couple, stores had some flags of, Traverse City Central and Traverse City West, and, they're all pumped for this game, and this Patriot game means so much to the players, but it also means so much to the community, and, it's just a real big backing from the community, and it's just something that they all look forward to here come the last game of the season between these two teams.
Friendly reminder for you on what the bios are for these two teams coming into another edition of this Patriot game between Traverse City Central, Traverse City West. Traverse City Central coming in 4-4. They've won 2 games in a row, and they've looked good doing it. Back-to-back wins against Bay City Central and Bay City Western. As for Traverse City West, they're 3-5. They're not going to make the playoffs, but they're coming off a great win against Bay City Central, 35-0. And their coach, James Wagner, told us earlier this week, Grant, I know it took us a while. I know it may be a little bit too late, but still, I feel like my team is playing its best football at the right time. We found a recipe running the ball. Adeo Alimo Bade, you're going to hear that name a lot as the running back tonight. I got a sneaking suspicion we're in for a pretty good football game tonight.
Yeah, I think we are. And like you said, they were playing the best ball here towards the end of their season. I mean, back-to-back games here versus Bay City Central and Mount Pleasant. They rushed for 300 yards plus in those games. So they really kind of found their niche here in the run game. Scoring the most amount of points that they scored all season, 35 that being. So they kind of found their stride right before their most important game of the year. And like you said, I mean it isn't all amounted up to the season they wanted. But first year head coach, they got some growing pains. But they've had some bright spots in this kind of dark season, if you will.
Here they come, the Trojans of Traverse City Central through the smoke like the Miami Hurricanes. And now we get a look at the Titans from Traverse City West, taking the field for their biggest game of the season. Those guys preparing to run through the banner, carry the flag, and make some noise in front of the crowd that is still filing in at Thurlby Field in Traverse City on this rainy Friday night near in late October. Man, keep this in the back of your mind as well. There are so many men on this field tonight, Grant, who could be playing football for the very last time, specifically for Traverse City West. There are a few guys who are seniors, not going to play in college. This is the last time they'll ever play football. This is the last time they'll suit up with their brothers, the guys they have put in the long hours with. And if you don't think that means something to them, I don't know what to tell you. You've never played sports before.
Yeah, I mean, it means so much. And kind of just having talked to, both coaches, they both have dealt with, some injuries throughout the season. And for the most part, some of those guys that have been kind of working through those injuries are going to kind of toughen it up today and really get out there and say, you know what, it's the last game. We're celebrating for the veterans. They've sacrificed so much for us. The least we can do is go out there and put our body on the line one last time. And it just goes to show how important this game is, but also just how much it means to play with your brother one last time under these these circumstances, this wonderful venue. So it isn't hard to understand why these kids want to play and get out here for one last game if you're a senior.
No matter how this game ends, a whole bunch of those guys in green, gold, and white will remember that run through the banner and through the band for about as long as they'll live. Oh, by the way, shout out to the student sections. Grant and I went on the field to chat with a few people, say hi to some folks about an hour before the game. They were full. The way it looks right now, that's how it looked an hour ago. God bless all those high school kids braving the elements. They're tougher than us, Grant.
They are. It's very impressive. I mean, it is. There's rain in the air. It's not warm, and they were here, like you said, an hour before kick. Just out here supporting, getting loud. It just goes to show how much it means not only to these players, these coaches, the parents, but also these the kids that go to these schools and just the community itself. So it's exciting to see. It's got me amped up, man. I want to get out there, like you said, getting out there on that field. You want to kind of strap it up one more time and go hit something. So I'm kind of feeling it up here now.
You would think the guy who actually played high-level Division I football and played for Michigan would be the guy on the field who wanted to hit somebody. But no, it's the former backup linebacker and backup fullback at Detroit Catholic Central who wanted to hit somebody.
It's that fullback in you. Once you got that fullback in you, you never lose that that craving for contact.
As a certain wise man once said, the human body just craves contact, Just saying. Traverse City Central slated to get the football. Traverse City West will kick it away. Dougie Rice, the senior, who also plays on the soccer team. By the way, shout out to the Traverse City West soccer team. They've got a great program. Already made the district final, made the state title game in the COVID year 2020. Lost that Division I state title game to Detroit Catholic Central. But they got a great soccer program at Traverse City West. Dougie Rice a part of it, and he will get us going in the Patriot game, another edition from one of the gems of our great state of Michigan. Feels like the entire town of Traverse City is still filing in. Rice on the tee and up in the air, off we go. And a chance for a return for Traverse City Central. This is Trey Morgan. Traverse City West thinks they've got the football. You need a few breaks to spring an upset in a rivalry game. There's your first break for Traverse City West. They've got the football.
Couldn't come at a better time right there. I mean, it's the opening kickoff of the Patriot game here, the 12th annual. And Trey Morgan's going to take this ball, finds a seam, but just loses the fact that you got to hold on to the ball. Loses it, and then Traverse City West comes up with it. Really good play for Traverse City West. Like we said, I mean, Traverse City West, they're fighting for different motivations tonight, but don't let them get hot because they're going to keep it coming here.
All right, so we get to see the Titans offense on the field first. Owen Hendricks, the junior quarterback, who became the full-time starter about a month into the year when Isaac Kelsey got injured. Adeo Alimo Bade is the back behind him. And they give it to Alimo Bade. They love how he can lower his shoulder just like that, wiggling his way near the 20-yard line. Good start for West.
Really good start. West is getting the crowd behind him here early. Just say, hey, you know what? We're going to come out. We're going to run a little power football here, getting their big back, Adeo Alimo body with the ball. They're going to get him the ball a lot. He's got 113-plus carries on the season. Just a true workhorse, a guy that they are going to count on to carry the load today, especially in these wet conditions.
The direct quote from Alimo Bade's head coach, James Wagner, was, "He is a freight train. I would never want to tackle that dude."
It's a heck of a compliment coming from your head coach there.
When you're 6'2", 220, you are not an easy human to bring down, that's for sure. They'll give it on a jet handoff to Kirshner, and he is tackled in the open field. Man, what a play by Rutger Feeney.
Great play there by Rutger Feeney. And you're going to see this a lot, right? You're going to see a receiver come in motion and take a handoff. Sometimes not. They're going to run a lot of jet sweep. That's what that's called. They're trying to get to the perimeter run, outside with the run. But like you said there, Rutger Feeney came up out of that free safety position and made a great tackle. Really good player for them on defense. Young player, too, sophomore. But considered one of their best tacklers there on that side of the ball.
Well, West gained 6 on first down, lost 2 on Saginaw. So it's 3rd and 6. And Limo Bade left. Got a ways to go, trying to turn the corner. He never actually got tackled, but he got escorted out of bounds right around the 20. So it's 4th down. The kicker, Dougie Rice, has only made a 26-yard field goal this year, Grant, so I'm thinking Traverse City West is going for it.
Yeah, they'll probably go for it, kind of try to set the tone here, especially if they get it, right? That's a real backbreaker here, if you're on that Central defense, but they're flying around here. They fumbled here early on, Central did, but really good tackle there by number 9, Jackson Dobrev. Came up, made the play. Another physical player for them on defense, a guy that they really rely on. And I'd be interested to see if they go to the air here, right? Both these teams don't throw a lot, but in a situation like this, they might have to.
Hendricks under center. They fake it and roll him right. Looking downfield. Now he tucks and runs. First down, Owen Hendricks. Drive alive for Traverse City West.
Great play call there. They're just going to go a little, play action, a little slide with the tight end, Sam Shute. Does a fantastic job of the quarterback, that is, of not forcing the throw. He had a defender right on his hip. The tight end in the flat there did. And then once he saw the play kind of not developing, he took it on his own and got the first down. And that's one of the benefits of those rollout passes is, when your guy's not there and you got a mobile quarterback, you can go ahead and pick up those yards yourself, just like Owen Hendricks, number 1, did there for the green in Traverse City West.
They'll spot the ball at the 14. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. Hendricks tucks it up, runs into a wall. A couple of guys combining to bring him down. There's Jackson Dobrev, again, number 9, one of the men making the tackle.
Yeah, good play there. They run a little speed option, right? They're going to let that defensive end come up the field. He's going to be unblocked. That was Michael Corrin. And then they're going to either, pitch it or keep it. He decides to keep it, gets upfield, and gets rallied for about 3-yard gain. But that's a good play because that play can go really bad if you don't have good contain. So good play there by the Traverse City Central defense.
Elimo Bade with a huge crevice and a touchdown for Traverse City West. You could not have dreamed up a better start.
This is just a fantastic play design. You can't see the tight end here, but he goes like he's going to go in motion and then comes back, and then it's a counter. And they're just going to open up a hole about as wide as the Red Sea right there and let Alimo Bade run right through it. He was untouched, and that's a guy that you want to get hands on quick because he'll make you pay. Really good run there and a beautiful play design by Traverse City West. Way to get up on the board, right? You're an underdog in this fight, if records say that, and you come out, you get the fumble, and you get a touchdown on your first drive. You couldn't ask for a better start.
Good snap and hold, and that extra point from Dougie Rice right down Main Street. Man, what a start for Traverse City West. They get a fumble on the kickoff. They convert a 4th down, and Alimo Bade punches in another touchdown for the Titans. Hungry Howie's a great partner of the State Champs Networks, Mr. Football, and Anvil Awards. Tonight, order a little love, hope, and pizza. Help make a difference when ordering Hungry Howie's and their goal of donating $5 million to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Go order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. You know, I have to imagine with the weather around Michigan tonight and tomorrow and the fact that there's a football game being played in East Lansing tomorrow that a few folks in the state care about, I'd have to imagine, Grant, that Hungry Howie's is going to have a slightly busier weekend than normal.
They probably will. I can't imagine that, you go a weekend, especially a rivalry weekend, without eating your pizza. And can't ask for a better spot than Hungry Howie's to get it.
All right, so West about to kick it back off to Central. Trey Morgan fumbled on the first kickoff. Let's see what happens on the second. Another kick coming.
It looks like Trey Morgan got subbed out, and they're going to put in Maya Smith back there.
You fumble it.
Kennedy, excuse me. I apologize.
Yeah, this will be Kennedy on the return, the guy they just subbed in for Morgan. Traverse City Central still alive on this kickoff, going backwards. They barely get across the 15-yard line. So now we get a chance to highlight the Traverse City Central offense. And if you follow this program under Eric Sugars, who comes from coaching royalty, his dad, Jack, is one of the finer high school football coaches Michigan has ever seen. This offense does a lot of motion, Grant. We're going to see a lot of runs, and we're going to see Braden McCoon, the starting quarterback for Traverse City Central, who's getting a little bit better every week.
Yeah, he's getting better. Kind of took over the reins after their game versus Midland. He really showed some impressive things there, and then it kind of just adds a little bit of a flair that Drew Remick really he's just a little bit more athletic, a little bit more a bigger body, runs through tackles a little bit easier. So just a guy they're going to put a little bit more on his plate, and he's shown that he can handle it.
Right on cue, they plunge McCoon left. They got a couple of yards on first down. He's not a small human. He's 6'3", 200. As Grant was just talking about, Drew Zermick started the year as the quarterback for Traverse City Central, but they just kind of made the decision along the way. Braden runs the offense better. We got to roll it through him, and it's been a good decision. They've won a couple in a row.
Yeah, they have, and they showed really good progression. Braden McCoon, throwing for 500 yards, only 1 interception to 8 touchdowns. It's just really taking control, and it's just a true senior leader.
And a whistle halting play before the second down snap. In a rivalry game, those guys in the stripes will have close eyes on them all night long. Here's your call. Unforced error on Traverse City West, and offside makes it second down and even shorter for Central.
I got to say, though, before this snap, the crowd is just oozing through this press box. This is an impressive performance they're putting on right now, and this is a great atmosphere.
If there's any area of Michigan, aside from the Upper Peninsula, that's going to be used to weather like this, it's Traverse City. We keep complaining up here, and they're down there going, this is nothing, boys. Arthur McManus on the run. Lumbering ahead, didn't gain a lot, but he did gain the first down. That's 5'11", 220 coming right into your grill all night for West.
Yep, Traverse City West has got a big running back in Adeo Alimobadi, but so does Traverse City Central. They got Andrew McManus, like you said, 5'11", 220. A big back, real stocky, runs hard. Another workhorse, kind of a guy that they count on that side of the ball to kind of do what Traverse City West does with Adeo Alimobadi, carry that load.
McCoon right, got across the 30, and then spun down. Maybe 2 yards. Whole bunch of Titans bringing them down, second out.
And Traverse City Central, they're going to kind of, they kind of run the same stuff that, Traverse City West does, just kind of the same philosophy. They're going to spread receivers out. They're going to create numbers in the box, and they're going to look for opportunities to gain leverage and try to, get those pulling guards on linebackers and get angles. And you're going to see a lot of quarterback run tonight with Braden McCoon. He's got the second most rushing attempts, coming in tonight at 73. So he's a guy that they also is going to carry a lot of this load. And then you'll see some jet sweeps as well with these receivers to get them in the game and keep their head focused as well.
Jet handoff, Glenn Moore spinning across the 30. Kept his legs moving up to the 35 and making a third down pretty darn manageable for Traverse City Central.
And, yep, the jet sweep came right on cue there. Gave it to Glenn Moore, one of their really good jet motion sweep guys, has really learned how to run that play. When you get that handoff, you want to go for a touchdown, but you also got to learn how to read the blocks and get the yards that matter. So he's doing a good job at that, and he's a guy who's going to get a lot of touches tonight in that aspect.
They just sent Rutger Feeney in motion. Another play clock for Traverse City Central, facing a 3rd down and short. McCoon kept it, faked a throw and ran, lowered his shoulder, got the 1st down. He thought about throwing or pitching it about 3 different times on the play, but it worked out. 1st down.
It did. It kept the defense honest. He got to the edge, right? QB read, he read the defensive end. Once that DN crashed and related to the running back, he got on the edge. He had the edge. And had another outlet he could have thrown it to, could have pitched it to. And that keeps the defense honest, right? That linebacker, Noah Dumont, he had to relate to that. So therefore, there was a lane to get. Got the yards, picked up the 1st down. Great play design and a good execution there by Braden McCoon.
Couple of 1st downs to start this drive for Traverse City Central. McManus slowed up and then brought down. Kyler Brunin, number 72, the guy going to play at Army, the first man making contact.
Kyler Brunin, another name you're going to hear tonight for that Traverse City West team, offensively and defensively, two-way player for them, a guy that they really count on. Like you said, going to Army, so he is a fierce competitor there on that D-line. Made a great play, and he's going to have to make plays tonight because it's going to be a run-heavy game. So if he wants to, get in this game, he's got to do it early here.
McCoon throwing for the first time, and it's high. Feeney was open, he missed him, and this is not the spot Traverse City Central wants to be in. They're facing a 3rd and long.
Yeah, they want to live in these short distances, right? Because most of their game is revolved around getting those 2 to 3 yard runs, right? And letting the 4th run is a 15-yarder. So they want to live in these manageable situations. And when you put yourself in 3rd and 9, you're putting yourself in a predictable spot, but also a spot that you don't necessarily have the amount of reps that some of these other teams in Michigan do, passing wise. Because your DNA is quarterback run, jet sweep to the receivers. So you're gonna have to get creative here. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some type of screen.
McCoon dropping back. He's throwing down the middle, and it's incomplete. Oh, that's great. Isaac Kelsey, back for the first time in 2 months after breaking his arm in the 3rd week of the year, makes a heck of a play and forces 4th down.
That was a really good job by Isaac Kelsey. Because that middle of the field was wide open. And when talking with Coach Sugars, the head coach for Central, he made an emphasis, right? When we do throw down the field, they play in this kind of split safety look, and we're going to kind of try to attack that. They do there, but really good defense by the veteran there, Isaac Kelsey.
McCoon's still on the field. The quarterback is also the punter. And now we have a flag. It'll be false start on Central. So that'll back him up. Actually had the personnel to go for it on the field, but now they'll just bring the punt unit on because it's 4th down and a mile. McCoon's only had to punt 4 times this season. This scheduled to be the 5th punt as Parker Kirshner's back deep. A little bit of a high snap, but McCoon pulls it down and sends off a knuckleball. It takes an excellent roll, and it dies just inside the 30. Traverse City West lead and the ball, about to start their next drive. Alta Equipment knows when it comes to getting your job done on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alta Equipment partners with the biggest names in construction with industry-leading service and support. You can give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Grant, this is about as perfect of a start that Traverse City West could have asked for. They get a fumble on the opening kickoff return by Traverse City Central. They score, get a stop, and now they've got the ball. Elimo Bade running left. Still going. Oh my goodness, look at this run. They couldn't bring him down.
Just a fierce runner. Like the coach said, I don't want to tackle him. Neither do I. Especially in this cold weather. Cornerback number 7 there, Numeth Kennedy. I don't know why I keep saying Smith. Comes in, tries to make a tackle, but he's got to get his head up. Got to wrap up, especially on these big running backs. You want to get those legs wrapped up so he can't keep chugging. He does the chugging, keeps going, and picks up about 9 yards there. Really good job by the running back.
Right back to him. He's got the first down and more. Alimo Bade is eating so far tonight. He's pinballing all over the place.
And if you want to know what the recipe is for West's success tonight, it's run the ball and it's give it to Adebo Alimo Bade. I mean, he's just a fierce runner. Look at him just running and lowering the shoulder, craving contact, saying, you know what, you want to come tackle me? Come on, Nick Van Ness. I'm going to run you over. So, really good job there, getting those yards. And Traverse City West is sitting right now in the driver position. I mean, they got the score on their first drive. They got the turnover, and they're really just controlling the clock right now, kind of doing what they want with the ball.
They fake it, keep it with Hendricks, and he's tackled for a loss. Central stayed home on that play and got a tackle for a loss. Glenn Moore eventually bringing down Hendricks.
Glenn Moore there with a good tackle and a good discipline there by the Traverse City Central defense. I mean, you got run by number 32 Adeo Alimo Bade. So what are you expecting? Run again. Traverse City West switches up. They go a little bit of QB read, and he keeps it himself, but the defense is there to contain him and bring him down for a loss.
Big loss on the play, by the way. Loss of 3, so it's 2nd down and 13. Right back to Alimo Bade. They've run this play 3 times already on the drive. Slowed him up and made a tackle. Jackson Dobreff now down to a knee after bringing down Alimo Bade.
Yeah, probably got a little bit of a stinger, man. The cold weather, it's going to have that, especially when you're tackling these big backs. You're going to come up with a couple stingers, but like we said, man, these kids are, they want to be out here. They want to keep fighting. And Jackson Dobreff is, just a guy that, Coach Sugars couldn't say enough good things about. Just a true workhorse, a true competitor, just a fierce guy. It looks like he's hurt a little bit, but, hopefully he'll be all right. And if he is, I bet he keeps fighting.
That Dobreff last name, a familiar one to Traverse City Central football fans. Jackson's older brother, Conrad, was on that team that made the state title game in 2021. And when the weather gets a little warmer, Jackson's going to play some lacrosse, too. 3rd down long for West. They haven't tried a pass yet tonight. Hendricks alone in the gun. He's trying to throw. Pressure's coming. He sets up a screen. They got all the room in the world. What a play call. Sam Shute. 1st down again for West.
Really good design there. I mean, you're getting your tight end. It's a little bit of a tight end delay screen right in the middle, right? He's going to block at the top of the screen and just peel him off, right? And as a D lineman, when you feel like you are having a free rush to the quarterback, your awareness has to go up. Your flag's got to go. But wait, why am I getting to the quarterback? Well, it's because they're running a screen right behind you, and they do, and they run it to really good success right there. Pick up a 1st down on a 3rd and long. Really good play call. Really liking the designs of their play, too, here by Traverse City West coach James Wagner. Just really kind of dialing it up, calling the right plays at the right time, and really helping this team keep drives alive.
Got to snap it one more time in what has been a dream first quarter. First give of the game for Isaac Kelsey, who started the year as the quarterback, broke his arm. He's fought his way back to play in the last game of the year. Who cares about that giant cast on his right arm? All I need is one. Isaac playing both ways, and that's a really cool story that we're going to follow throughout the night for Traverse City West. It's technically a West home game, and they look great so far. 12 minutes of football down. They got the lead, and they're moving when we start the 2nd quarter right after this.
You might not realize it, but tonight, you made a difference. Tonight, you ordered a little love, hope, and pizza. Because even though you just ordered a pizza for dinner, that one little purchase helps make a big difference. For every pizza purchased in the month of October, Hungry Howie's will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, all on our way to raising $5 million. So this time, you didn't just order pizza. You ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry Howie's.
I said I'd never join.
Then I wouldn't get to work on one of these.
Never knew how strong I was.
I figured I'd never get out of my hometown. Or be the one who stops an attack.
Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Lieboy, Senebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Hey guys, you're looking at the 2021-2022 winners of Battle of the Fans, the loudest, craziest student section, Traverse City West, and let's just say they do not disappoint, guys.
Liz, thank you. I hope you brought earplugs. It's loud down there. Hendricks giving to Kelsey, and he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. I mean, look, we can joke about the student section all we want, Grant, but they have a lot of excuses to make noise right now. Traverse City West just played darn near a perfect first quarter.
I mean, when you come into this game in the situation and the environment that it is, man, flawless first quarter for them. I mean, a turnover, you score on your first possession. I mean, then you get a punt from Traverse City Central. I mean, really couldn't have drawn it up better. You're drawing the time down. You're approaching their own end zone. So really good first quarter. Start of a good second for them as well.
Third down. Hendricks looking downfield, flushed from the pocket. There's a flag behind the play as Hendricks throws out of play. I think they're going to get a hold here on Traverse City West as Hendricks was extending the play.
Yep, looks like the right tackle there. Ethan Murphy might have got a little bit of too much jersey. Right.
So the decision is here, Grant, right? This would be fourth down, medium. Traverse City West kickers only made a 26-yarder this year, so I think they'd go for it. And that's probably why Traverse City Central just took the yardage to make it third down and really long.
Yeah. And, if you're Traverse City Central, you just got to not let them, get another big third down conversion here, and just hopes that, maybe West does decide, let's give our kicker a chance. And, it's a little bit out of his range, so we'll see if he can come into his zone here. But, if you're Traverse City Central, man, you don't jump off sides here. Watch the hard count and just fundamental tackle, tackle the ball carrier. More hats to the ball, the better. That's one thing that Coach Sugar's really emphasized. The tackling throughout the season hasn't been where they want it to be, and today is going to be a big test.
Limo Bade running left, gets back across the original line of scrimmage. They spotted at the 21, so it is fourth down. It's a little bit longer than it would have been because they got to get to the 13-yard line, so make it a fourth down at about 8.
Fourth down at 8. Looks like everyone's going to stay on the field. But, Limo Bade, man, he had a lead blocker in there, and Sam Shute, and just ran him over too. Man, this kid is running hard. Really came out here tonight with just a motivation, as you can tell here. But, fourth down and 8, we've seen one rollout pass by him. Maybe something similar to their left hash, so getting to the right side of the field would be, in the quarterback's favor. Let's see what they decide, though.
Hendricks bobbles the snap. That blew the play up. No shot to get anything off. Brought down in the backfield by Michael Coffrin. And Central gets the stop.
And you're just going to see here just a snap hits the quarterback's hand, Owen Hendricks, and he kind of just loses it. Just a little bit wet out here, and then you just see 3 Traverse City guys just swarming to the ball. Michael Corrin right there just does a fantastic job of swarming that, getting that thing to the ground there, and securing the tackle. And if you're Traverse City West, it was kind of in that gray area, right? You had to go for it. The kicker, a little bit too long. But essentially, that turnover is a punt, right? You put them on their 26, and you go from there.
So, Traverse City Central brings the offense back in the field, and they have a new quarterback. Drew Zermick, who started the year as the starter, handing off to McCoon, running right. Pretty good gain on first down.
Yeah, McCoon's a do-it-all guy. He's got receiving stats, he's got rushing stats, he's got passing stats. He's a guy that really can do it all, and he's kind of been asked to. And when you see Drew Zermick in there, you're going to get one of two things, right? You're going to get a handoff to McCoon. He likes to get the ball a lot. They like to feed him, or you'll see him into some pass concepts. So a little bit of a switch up, right? They kind of do that to throw off the tendencies a little bit. And you kind of try to get their ball to the playmakers.
Gain of 8 on first down. Second down short for Traverse City Central. They give to McManus, leaning ahead, does not have the first down. He gained a yard. They stopped him a yard shy. Third down on the way.
Really good job there by number 18, Braden Papa. I mean, just flew through the hole unblocked. I mean, got a hand on the ball carrier, and then his, rest of his teammates came in and helped take him down. But really good job. Just flew in there with really good speed at the linebacker position.
Third down, 1. On the second drive of the night for Traverse City Central. They motion to McCoon and give it to McCoon. He is wrapped up short of the first down. What a tackle by Drew Esper, who leads the team in tackles.
Drew Esper, a really good guy, a really good player. They're going to get the edge here. It looks like he might be able to get it in Braden McCoon. But the swarm of the Traverse City West just comes in and just swarms them up. Drew Esper, like you said there, Evan, just a fantastic tackler on this defense, a guy that they really count on. But, looks like the ref saw it differently a little bit on that spot.
Yeah, that's why you never assume. They ended up giving him the first down. Apparently, McCoon got a little farther than we noticed initially. McManus, not very much. Right into the waiting arms of Noah Dumont, who gets up fired up.
And talking with Coach Wagner's of Traverse City West here this week, I mean, he said Noah Dumont is just he was built to play defense, a guy that just, plays some offense too, but, I mean, is just aggressive, physical, and loves to tackle. And, if you ever played football, you always know that, there's one kid on your team that is just a defensive juggernaut, and that's what Noah Dumont, number 8, is to this Traverse City West team.
Tough sledding on this drive so far for Central. Got a generous spot and got a first down a couple of plays ago. Now they're staring down second down and long. McCoon into a wall. Just back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. There was nowhere to go.
And that play was that was counter Swank, number 52, that nose guard, that D tackle. I mean, just got in the backfield and blew it up. I mean, Braden McCoon got the ball, and the first thing he could do was run into green jerseys. Really good job there. And, when you got this running attack, man, you got to have D-line playing. And right now these D-lines are showing up here in this second quarter.
Third down 9, snap to McCoon. Quick throw, high. He missed Scotty Goodwin with Wallace Tupper in coverage.
It's a little bit of an overthrow. I mean, the reps alone, I mean, you're a big running team. You don't throw too much. So when you got these situations where you need to throw it, it's kind of evident here that, that isn't their forte. They want to be able to run the ball a lot. So right there, just a little bit of an overthrow by Brady McCoon.
And McCoon on the field, going to try his second punt tonight. First one got a great roll. Kirshner once again back deep for West. McCoon booms this one. Fair catch by Kushner. He dropped the ball. Kirshner's got to go back and grab it. And this flips the field position. All the way back to the 13. That's where Traverse City West starts the next drive. This is the last week of the regular season, so the announcement of the qualifiers and first-round pairings for the 11 and 8 player playoffs taking place 6 o'clock this Sunday, October 22nd, on the Selection Sunday show on Bally Sports Detroit Extra and the Bally Sports app. To view the pairings after the show, visit MHSA.com. Grant, we opened the broadcast talking about the fact that Traverse City Central, the math becomes easy. You win, you're in for sure. You lose, and then it gets interesting. Well, we're officially in interesting territory here. Alimo Bade running left, and once again, an excellent run. Man, when you get this guy in tight quarters, I don't know how you tackle him.
I mean, you got to just hope and pray that, your teammates are coming to tackle them with you. But just, again, I mean, they're running some really cool plays. And when talking with Coach Wagner, he said that these linebackers from Central, they're fast-flowing guys, right? When you see the pull and guard, those linebackers are going to flow fast. They're going to read their keys, and they're going to try to attack you at the line of scrimmage. But what they're doing here is they're taking these linemen, these tight end, and they're going to hit a little bit of a reverse. It looks like they're going to the right, and they kind of just pivot and go back left, and then it goes counter left. And those linebackers then shift to the right, and then gives you leverage to block them. And it's good yardage there, good gain.
Alimo Bade again. This time it does take a bunch of hats to bring him down. He still falls forward, though, up near the 28.
And we're going to see nothing short of at least 20, 25 carries from Alimo Bade today. I mean, just he's built for it. He's had the season, to kind of prove that. He came into this game with 113 rushes. Like you said, just a true workhorse for this team. And when you squat 350 pounds, you can carry a few guys on your back, that's for sure.
And oh, by the way, you can really shorten the football game. Alimo Bade running again, spinning across that 30 and getting up to the 33, 2 yards shy of the first down. This game feels like it's on fast forward, almost 5 minutes remaining in the first half.
I know, and I'm watching these tackles. I'm watching between the tackles right now. I'm trying to follow the play, and then I look up at the scoreboard here, and it says 5 minutes. You just reminded me. I'm like, geez, where is this first half gone? Heck of a first half here by Traverse City West, though. I mean, they're just kind of doing what they want to do and running the ball with high efficiency.
Owen Hendricks looking to the sidelines for a play call on third down and a long one. Alimo Bade left. That's been a good recipe all night. First down, Traverse City West, up to the 40-yard line.
It's power football. I mean, that pulling guard is just going to come front side and look for the first thing inside. Around 58, that's Ethan Murphy just having a day. One of their better linemen. Look at him kick out the block, and then Adeo Alimo Bade just doing the rest of the work. Really good tackle there by number 53, Derek Jensen. Bringing him down. When you see him go to the ground, that's a sure tackle. We haven't seen too much of that today as he's poking these first, second, third tacklers. So when you can get him to the ground, that's a good thing, but it didn't come before he got a first down, though.
They sum out Alimo Bade, at least for one snap. Isaac Kelsey on the field with Hendricks. They give it to him. Running left with a little room. And that big, bulky green cast on his right arm. Gain of 6 on first down.
And they're just doing what they do. I mean, they come into this year averaging about 5 yards a carry as an offense, and they're doing that and probably some more right now. Coming into this year with 14 rushing touchdowns and a lot of rushing yards. So they're just kind of following the recipe.
Such a cool story to see Isaac Kelsey back in the field. We were talking about this earlier. Began the year as the starting quarterback for West. Two-way guy. Broke his arm, though, in the third week of the year. A senior playing in his last ever football game. They're cycling through the bodies now. Charlie Sowers, first carry of the game, not a ton. Maybe up to the 46. And third down on the way.
Jackson Dobreath there again. He's flying to the ball. A guy that really finds the ball. Team leader in tackles with 47 coming in this game. And this is old school football right now. I mean, it's everybody on the line of scrimmage, and it's gap football, right? You got to be gap sound. You got to have your integrity. If you get out of your gap, there might be a hole that these running backs can fit through. But really good play there of kind of stretching it, right? There's no gap for him to hit north and south. The defense kind of makes him go east and west, and they rally to the ball there. And that was a positive there for the Central defense.
They fake it to Alimo Bade. Hendricks down the middle. Shoots, got it, first down. His second catch of the night. They have both come on third downs to keep drives alive.
Yep, and shoot, call him the third down man. I mean, just doing a fantastic job. And what have they gone? Run, right? So you kind of lull the defense to sleep. And what do? You throw a beautiful two ball, right? Two balls just right over that linebacker's head that just drops right in the basket before that safety comes into play. And Sam Shute does a fantastic job of corralling the catch, getting the yardage, picking up the first down. But, man, is he a reliable target on third down or what? He's getting it done.
He came into the year with 3 catches on the whole season. He has 2 tonight. Back to Alimo Bade. A lot of room. Dragged down from behind by Dobreath, but not before he gained 8 more yards.
I mean, he ran untouched for about 7 yards until Dobreath touched him at 8 and tackled him at 8. I mean, but just it's right now Traverse City West is winning the line of scrimmage, just kind of dominating, led by Kyle Brunnan and Ethan Murphy, just two guys that they really rely on, and Brady Vaughn, another one of those guys.
Unfortunately, we have an injury timeout in the field here. One of the Traverse City West linemen is down. Are you considering the U.S. Navy as enlisted or as an officer? Learn about the American Navy and your career opportunities within the U.S. Armed Forces. You can contact the local U.S. Navy recruiting office at 734-679-1998. Traverse City West offense reconvening as we unfortunately have this injury stoppage. 1:50 to go, first half. Neither team has called a timeout yet. And good to see that lineman get to his feet, come off the field on his own power. That's Colton Ritola coming off the field. Guy will play some long stick midi on the lacrosse team coming up in the spring. That's a Traverse City Central defense that has had the unenviable task of trying to tackle 32 in green and gold. Adeo Alimo Bade has the only touchdown of the night. The 6'2", 220-pound human bowling ball has consistently had excellent yardage when he's touched the ball tonight. They'll run it again. Room again. First down West inside the 20. That clock keeps on ticking, by the way, down to 1:22. I wonder if anyone thinks about calling timeout here.
I don't know if timeouts exist in this game today. I mean, it's just, it's run the ball, it's try to tackle, and it's get up and do it again. I mean, just fantastic job here by Alimo Dade picking up that first down right there.
They'll give it back to him. Room again. Adeo Alimo Bade. Another first down. He has to be averaging 8 yards per carry tonight.
I mean, at least. And he's not being touched until he gets to at least the linebacker level. And then sometimes it's the safeties that are touching him first and tackling him. I mean, just really good job here by the O-line of Traverse City West. I mean, just doing a fantastic job of really paving the way, making these holes as wide as, school hallways right now. Really good job. But, let's see if they can punch it in.
And, oh, by the way, they get the ball to start the second half. Hendricks keeps, and he's tripped up. Nice tackle made by Sam Lalonde, number 1 in white and black. The Construction Association of Michigan provides a vast resource array of services, information, and training to our diverse membership within Michigan's construction industry. Go to buildwithcam.com for a little bit more information. Do get a timeout on the field. Wes Burns there first. In the red zone, 37 seconds to go in a first half that has gone about as well as they could have envisioned when they rolled up to the stadium. Their head coach, James Wagner, a Northern Michigander, Gaylord High School grad, Central Michigan grad, started his college coaching career as a grad assistant at Taylor University, NAIA school. They play in the same league as Lawrence Tech. James coming back home to Michigan. He used to be the head coach at Summit High School in Breckenridge, Colorado. Yes, he skied on all those mountains. We asked him before the game. But look, Grant, he's got roots here. The family wanted to move back home closer to family and friends. First year as the head coach at Traverse City West. We got a long way to go in this game, but if they close this one out, it's a heck of a way to end his first season as head coach.
Absolutely, and there's other bright spots too. I mean, last year, in the conference they went 1-5. This year, right now, they're sitting at 3-2, tied right now with two other teams for second place. So there's strides that you can see, but a win tonight would be an exclamation point on their season.
Hendricks throwing, corner of the end zone. That's caught. That's a touchdown. Wallace Tupper, what a time for his first touchdown catch of the season.
When you need it most, call on Wallace Tupper. A guy that has been battling injuries throughout the season, a guy that was questionable to come in tonight and said, you know what, this is a Patriot game. I'm going to play in it, darn it. And you know what he does? He runs a fade comeback, and that's a fantastic route. That's a red zone route that a lot of NFL, a lot of college teams do. And it gets that cornerback, he gets his eyes looking back, looking for the ball up, and then he hits the brakes, turns around, hits a comeback, and catches it right at that front pylon. Perfect ball there by Owen Hendricks, and just, I mean, way to capitalize here, way to go up 2 scores, in this game, in this rivalry.
You know, it's funny talking to coaches getting ready for broadcasts, right? Sometimes they lie, sometimes they don't. James Wagner on our Zoom call earlier this week said, Wallace Tupper's a really vital part of the offense. The stats just don't show it. Well, he just caught his first touchdown of the year, and Traverse City West has increased the lead. Coming up at halftime, Lauren Plant is in the State Champs studio with our Mr. Football and Anvil Awards update. Another decommit for that Spartan football team. Lauren talks with Alan True about that in the recruit report. Stay tuned, coming up at halftime. Traverse City Central called the timeout. They didn't like the look of something on the extra point. Traverse City West ran this swinging gate look on the first extra point that they eventually just kicked anyway. Traverse City Central will have 31 seconds to work with when they get the ball, hypothetically, after this extra point. And it's up and good for the second time tonight for Dougie Rice. 14-0, Traverse City West. Awesome setting here at Thurlby Field on a rainy, gloomy October night in Traverse City. Let's go back to another epic Patriot game here in Traverse City. Back in 2017, Ryan Hayes, a former Mr. Football candidate, showing off his tight end skills in front of that giant crowd on a day that looks slightly different weather-wise than this one. Ryan Hayes showing off those tight end skills. Look at him go up and get it before becoming a beast on the Michigan Wolverines offensive line. Traverse City West would seal the victory later on. They take a 29-27 win over those bitter rivals from Traverse City Central. Last year, this game was 14-13. Came right down to the bitter end. Traverse City Central won it. There's still a lot of time for Central, Grant, right? You don't want to over-examine early in a game. A lot of time to go. But I don't think we're exaggerating when we say it's been Traverse City West literally from the first play tonight.
Yeah, from the first play until this kickoff right now has been Traverse City West. And there's a lot of time in the second half, but there's not time to waste if you're Traverse City Central. I mean, the way that West is just kind of controlling this ball and the yards per carry that they're getting, it's a formula for success. And if they can sustain it, the favors are in their hands for sure.
That was a kick that landed in no man's land, and Traverse City Central just forced a fall on that ball. Good heads-up play by Zermak. All right, we're about to find out what the aerial attack looks like for Traverse City Central. They don't throw it a heck of a lot. 2 timeouts, 28 seconds. They got to go 80 yards to score a touchdown. Their kicker, Asher Paul, has made a 37-yard field goal. That means they got to get to the 20. So they need to get about 50 yards here to even think field goal.
Yeah, they're going to have some big plays here. Watch out for a couple guys on the edge here.
Well, keep it on the ground with McCoon, who's lumbering ahead for a first down. I don't think West thought that Central was running the ball there.
Sometimes on these 2-minute drives, you want to just get as many yards as you can, get the drive going. You got a couple timeouts here. But, these next few plays are going to have to be some passes if they want to get this thing moving down the field and try to get some points here before this half.
Stoppage before the play. And maybe the officials are wondering if Traverse City Central wanted to call a timeout. Well, now they're backing them up. Well, play's not going to count. Illegal shift, back them up. And I think now Traverse City Central may just knee on this ball and get to the locker room.
Yeah, you don't want to avoid any major plays here that would hurt you, especially when you're down 2 scores. The last thing you want to do is give them an opportunity to go up 3 scores. But if they do decide, if they say, you know what, let's go ahead and shoot our gun here and try to get this thing moving. Watch out for number 25, Jace Roll. He's a perimeter guy that they like to go to on the outside. And if they like to throw up the seams, they're in the middle. In the slot, they'll go to Glenn Moore, number 13.
You totally wanted to say shoot your shot, didn't you?
You know what? I can't say if I did or not. I'm just, I'm up here talking, man. It's just coming out like, it's just coming out.
Put it on Grant Perry's business card. It's just coming out. McManus will run the ball for Traverse City Central. West was playing prevent D, so he gets a lot of yardage. He is short of the first down, and I don't think Central's going to snap it one more time. 5 on the clock. Still ticking. And there is your first half. What a first half for Traverse City West. This is their last game of the year. They're 3-5. They're not making the playoffs, but you would not know it by their effort in the first half, and you would not know it by the way those guys are getting into it as they come off the field.
I mean, and like we said, they got a little bit of a different motivation. Their season's ending tonight. There's no playoff aspirations, but when you give a team a chance to ruin someone else's day, man, don't give them any energy, man, because they'll do it. And right now they got the juice.
Oh, by the way, Traverse City West gets the ball to start the second half. Their head coach, James Wagner, standing by with Liz.
Coach, an explosive first half so far. What do you want to continue to see from this group?
We just got to continue to finish drives, continue to finish plays, play all the way through the whistle. My guys are playing really tough right now. We just got to be dominant up front.
Yeah, and what's going to be the message heading into the locker room?
The game's not over. You got to play 4 quarters. Okay, it's 14-0. They can score 14 real quick. We got to continue to hammer the ball and finish.
Yeah, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Evan, back to you guys.
You know, Liz, I do notice that James Wagner had a winter hat on. The winter hat has come off. The guy's from Gaylord, and he just coached in Colorado. This is nothing, man. Mid-40s and rain. This is shorts weather, baby. Halftime at Thurlby Field, Traverse City West. A little bit of a surprise here. They're all over Central, 14-0. Still at least 2 quarters to go. Halftime coming up right after this.
Welcome, State Champs Women. Is it your dream to play your favorite sport in college? State Champs Women is dedicated to providing females the equal coverage they deserve while bringing awareness to the gaps in the recruiting process for women. We want you to build a recruiting profile with us. In 3 easy steps, you can be on your way to finding your dream school and lifelong teammates and friends. Connecting futures, unlocking potential. We are State Champs Women.
You might not realize it, but tonight, you made a difference. Tonight, you ordered a little love, hope, and pizza. Because even though you just ordered a pizza for dinner, that one little purchase helps make a big difference. For every pizza purchased in the month of October, Hungry Howie's will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, all on our way to raising $5 million. So this time you didn't just order pizza. You ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry Howie's.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnabogan, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
What's up, Michigan? You know where we are. We're back in the State Champs Sports Network studio. Sean Belizian is here. That means it's an update in the State Champs Mr. Football race presented by Hungry Howie's. Love, hope, and pizza. All month long, every pie that is bought during the month of October, they will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Support them. Eat well. It's Michigan State weekend. Come on, it's a pizza weekend. Make it happen. All right, I'll tell you what. is about to happen is we're going to really start getting into the crunch time when it comes to who is going to stand out when it comes to the Mr. Football race. This, again, has been another incredible competition. We have got a great group of candidates. Who knows if the list may change? Will anyone fall off between now and next week? Next week is when we'll freeze our top 10. So let's get right into it. So we've talked about everybody all season long. So let's kind of get into each player just individually and what their team has to overcome here in the next week, and maybe looking forward briefly too. Bryce Underwood from Belleville, 6'3", 200-pound junior quarterback, number 1 in the state, meaning the team. They are undefeated. They've got a challenge this week. Number 9, unbeaten Northville. This was supposed to be a home game, and as of the time we're recording this, there was a bank of lights that was out at Belleville Stadium. So who knows where the game is going to be played? Bottom line for Bryce and looking forward, this is a big statement game.
This is a huge game for them because I'll tell you what, folks, if you haven't realized this yet, Northville is absolutely for real. They are just piling up points. And Lauren, this goes back to our criteria. We talk about it time and time again. What did you do in those big games? Doesn't get much bigger than a top 10 matchup.
All right, let's move on. Drake Irwin out of Rockford. They're number 2 in the state right now ranked. They're taking on a 5-3 Hudsonville team. They beat them 7 out of the 8 times coming in. So this is a team now really gearing up for the playoffs. And for Drake, he's really looking forward and ahead to some mighty competition in Division 1.
Well, and you know one of the big stories there's no doubt about it, is I'm sure the message in that locker room is do not stub your toe. There's a greater prize that we're all focused on, but you know, Lauren, Hudsonville would love nothing more, absolutely nothing more, than to improve that record, make it 6-3 heading into the playoffs, and boy, what a big win that would be for that program. So to me, Lauren, this is one of those games. You go out there, business as usual. Don't be looking ahead to the road ahead come playoff time. Of course, we'll find out what happens Sunday. You just have to take care of your business.
CJ Carr out of Saline, 6'3", 200-pound senior quarterback. Saline ranked 5th in the state. Talk about a big game. Number 6, unbeaten Lake Orion ahead of them. Lake Orion looking to make a statement. It would be huge if they could knock down Saline, but for CJ Carr, this is the moment where you say, hey, the Hornets are here to win it this year.
Isn't that beautiful? 2 of the 3 games we're talking about already. Top 10 teams. What a beautiful thing. No, you're absolutely right. The same opportunity is out there right now for him, as we talked about with Bryce earlier. You know what? People are talking you up. People know about the pedigree. People know where you're going. Show people what you're all about.
Nick Marsh, 6'3", 200-pound wide receiver out of River Rouge. Okay, they're unranked. 4-4 on the year. Currently ranked 26 in playoff points in Division 3. Top 32 make the playoffs. So they've got 3-5 center line to end the season. For comparison purposes, they're 52nd ranked in playoff points. So this is something, like we mentioned just a little bit ago, go out, get it done, get ready for the playoffs, and Nick is a guy who is going to be the catalyst.
Well, if there's a position where a guy can blow open a game, it's that position this time of year. Lauren, we talk about this all year long. The opportunity presents itself. Make the most of it. That's how guys go like this on our list each and every year.
Absolutely. Isaiah Zeke Marshall, Southfield A&T, 200-pound, 6'1" senior quarterback. They're ranked 12th in the state. They're taking on 4-4 Detroit Renaissance. We expect to win. And if Southfield is going to make a statement in the Division I playoffs, they got to go in with all the momentum they can get.
I'll tell you what, I was driving here to this beautiful studio just a few minutes ago, and I saw them on the practice field there at 10 and Lasser.
Yeah.
It looked like business. I mean, sometimes you look at a practice and guys are kind of going through the motions. It looked like business.
CJ Sadler out of Castech, the lone sophomore on our list. 5'11", 180-pound. He does everything. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver. We've got Castech ranked 10th in the state right now, and good for them. After losing the first 2 games, they've won 8 straight, including beating Detroit King twice, which is always a challenge against your biggest rival. 24-23 was the score in the last game last weekend.
You really want to put your name on the map, and let's be honest, his name's been on the map for a while anyway, okay? But you want to go like this on that list. You find a way to get it done, not only this weekend, but in those playoff games that you talk about.
No doubt about it. He told me last year, he says, I want to be the first sophomore to win Mr. Football. We shall see. Still in the game, Ty Hudkins, 6'2", 180-pound wide receiver / safety out of Grand Rapids, Forest Hills Central. They are ranked 17th in the state, 7-1 record. Their only loss was to Byron Center in Week 5 by 1 point. BC not in our top 25, but they're 10th in playoff points. So that's a good loss for Forest Hills Central, especially when we're talking about Ty Hudkins and how we will relay in the Mr. Football race. They're ranked second in playoff points, being Grand Rapids, Forest Hills Central. They're now a Division III team after the last 3 years in Division II. Again, Forest Hills Central, a team we don't talk a lot about, but they're getting ready to get themselves on the big stage and maybe go far in the playoffs.
Like so many other teams with the Rangers, I mean, this is a team that's going like this. This is going to be a team to watch. Obviously, he's a player to watch. He's been on our list for a while now. And Lauren, you're absolutely right. I mean, when you have to navigate some of the teams that they're going to have to navigate, the opportunity is going to show itself, not only for him, but for the Rangers as well, to say, we are legitimate. We can go with anybody.
A.J. Martell, running back out of Mason, 5'10", 185-pound senior. They're ranked third in the state, 8-0. They've got 6-2 Fenton this week. Mason coming off back-to-back state semifinal runs. Martell will need another run like that to be considered a front runner for Mr. Football.
Well, he's used to runs. I mean, take a look at his numbers. Every single week, this guy's just putting up monster numbers.
Our leading vote getter, Caleb Osborne out of Waterford Mott, 6'5", 205, senior quarterback. They're unranked right now, but 6-2 on the season. They've got a 3-win Waterford Kettering team. They've got the Beef Bowl this week. You know what I'm talking about, Waterford. Ranked 13th in playoff points, so a good position where they are. They are a Division II team, and this is something where Caleb Osborne has just been a monster.
Let Caleb cook.
Video game numbers this season, it's got to continue.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while now. And Lauren, here's the thing. Now he's got the team in a position to make some noise as well. This is a pretty darn good team. Yeah. That's part of our criteria. Every year we talk about it. There's a reason why we hit you over the head with a hammer with our criteria, is because we live by it, we swear by it, we'll sit in a room and we'll find out the eventual winner. Now, what'll help a guy like that, not only the numbers, those speak for themselves, but some of that team success and knocking off a big boy along the way, and what I'm sure everybody hopes is a long run there. That'll really help him out.
Des Stevens is our final guy in the top 10 right now. He's out of Clarkston, 6'3", 200-pound senior wide receiver and defensive back. Clarkston is unranked. They beat Rochester Adams and West Bloomfield. Those are big game wins this season, but they've lost to ranked teams like Northville, Lake Orion, Southfield A&T, and last week to Harper Woods. They've got number 8 Utica Eisenhower on the schedule for this week. They're 7-1. That would be big for Den.
Oh, absolutely huge. And it's weird how the season configures, because, Lauren, I remember talking to people, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, but a lot of people said week 1, what's going on? What's going on with Clarkson? They lost to Northville. What we didn't know then is Northville's a heck of a football team, and they're unbeaten now. So the losses don't look so bad, and I think that's a huge factor. That's a team that's going to be dangerous come playoff time. You know, they've been through those wars. They're battle-tested. I think they're going to be dangerous come playoff time.
So that's our top 10. Will any of those guys fall off next week? We'll find out. We'll see how they perform this week. Make sure you get out and vote. StateChampsNetwork.com. Go ahead and just click on the contest banner. Vote for Mr. Football. Again, Caleb leading the vote. We'll be voting throughout the playoffs. We'll give you the whole timeline. We'll start with that next week. But right now, good luck, gentlemen. It's a big weekend. We can't wait for the playoffs. We'll talk to you then. What's up, Michigan? Welcome back to another State Champs Recruit Report powered by Lawrence Technological University. Over 100 degree programs and over 24 varsity NAIA sports with plenty of academic and athletic scholarships up for grabs. Come see what LTU has to offer by coming to an upcoming visit day. We've got one on Saturday, November 18th. And why wouldn't you? You can intern right here at State Champs. We're on campus. Visit ltu.edu, click admissions, and then admission events to sign up. 24/7 Sports, Alan True joining me as he has all season long. Week 9, Alan, this is where the rubber meets the road for a lot of teams hoping to get into the postseason.
Yeah, it's an important time of year in high school football, but also in recruiting.
Absolutely. We've got a 3-pack of Michigan high school football recruiting news for you this week, and a bonus thing at the end, so stick around. But let's start with the junior wideout from Roseville, Eric Slater. What's up?
Yeah, just went down to Kentucky over the weekend, picked up an offer from the Wildcats. That is his first SEC offer. A couple things in play here. One, Roseville's done a great job of becoming a place that colleges need to go over the last few seasons with Tyrell Henry, Amari Snowden, and now you have Desmond Stroughton and guys like Slater carrying the torch for the next wave. 6'3", just about 190 pounds, so big physical receiver that's been on the radar since his freshman season. And Kentucky has done a great job recruiting the state of Michigan. Deion Walker is a star there now. They've had guys like Marquand McCall and DeAndre Square, and so he noted that when taking a look at the Wildcats.
Absolutely. Let's move on to a guy that, talk about first impressions, right? As a freshman, his first high school football game, I think 200 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. This 9th grade wideout is getting attention now.
Yeah, you talk about another program that schools are stopping at, that's Harper Woods, and Dakota Grant's going to have them stopping there for the next 4 years. Only a freshman, 2027 class, but entered this season already with a handful of Power 5 offers, including one from the University of Michigan. He's backed that up with his play this year and picked up a new offer this past weekend from Maryland. They hosted several kids from Michigan and extended offers their way. The Terps are getting busier and busier in this region, but Dakota Grant, extremely skilled, polished beyond his years, and proving that some of those offers that he had coming into this season were certainly not just schools throwing them out there. He's worthy of that. He's going to be one of the top players in the state in that class, and that class is starting to look stronger and stronger by the week.
It's wild. It's wild, I'll tell you. Out at Lake Orion, they are proving they are a force to be reckoned with this season. We have them ranked 6th in the state. They have a massive pre-playoff brouhaha with 5th-ranked Saline this weekend. The outstanding Notre Dame-bound quarterback, Saline C.J. Carr, might be looking over his shoulder because the Dragons feature an edge rusher who has been bringing the heat all season long.
Yeah, Joey DeBrincat is one of these senior risers. We've seen it happen in other years with pass rushers where they rise as a senior. I remember Aristotle Taylor at Brother Rice, Michael Heldman at Romeo, guys like that who started the season without any Division I offers, picked them up during this year. And Joey DeBrincat might be the one this year. He plays like, it's a cliche, but he plays like his hair is on fire, and schools are looking for guys that can get to the quarterback. So Saginaw Valley's offered him, Grand Valley State's offered him. He visited them over the weekend, saw the win over Ferris State, but some other schools are coming in. He's supposed to visit Cincinnati soon. A couple of other FBS and Power 5 programs starting to kick the tires on him. So keep that name in mind. Joey DeBrincat, maybe not a guy that was on a lot of people's radars entering the season, but his play this year has been outstanding and is putting him firmly on the college radar.
And as we wrap it up this week, some probably not so good news for Michigan State.
Yeah, so not good news, but maybe a little glimmers of silver lining as well. Andrew Dennis, the outstanding offensive lineman from Mount Pleasant, decommitted from the Spartans. Obviously, that situation is in flux right now with the coaching situation. He has visited some other schools. He visited Illinois, he visited Purdue. He's talking about visiting Penn State. A couple of other schools have come in and offered him this fall, including some Pac-12 and SEC programs. So I think he's going to explore those options. He did say he would continue to look at Michigan State, as a really strong relationship with offensive line coach Chris Kapilovich. So we'll see if he ends up being retained. But I think Michigan State's still in the mix. He may still visit them this weekend for the game against Michigan. So Michigan State not out of the picture, but for now, Andrew Dennis is reopening his recruitment, and I expect a lot of action there because he's an outstanding prospect.
All right, hey man, thank you so much. Have a great week, and it's playoff time next week. And again, recruiting just going to heat up, so we'll see you then. Welcome back inside the State Champs Sports Network studio. My name is Lauren Planted. He is the Michigan High School Hall of Fame coach, Tim Beckler, and you are here for another detailed candidate evaluation for the State Champs Anvil Award presented by Hungry Howie's. You know, all month long, Hungry Howie's is celebrating love, hope, and pizza by making a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation for every single pizza sold in October. Get out there and get you one. What's up, Coach? Week 9 of the season, and since the 6 wins and you're in mandate is out from the MHSAA, this week becomes bigger than ever as several teams will still qualify for the playoffs despite perhaps a sub-500 record because they played a tougher schedule than others. What's your thoughts on that?
I like it because, you know, sometimes kids get hurt. The wrong kid on your team gets hurt. You have a couple losses, and then you get them back toward the end of the year. And some of these teams that may not make it, I think of Detroit King, they're a darn good football team. They need to be in there, but hopefully that works out.
Yeah, and and unfortunately sometimes just for whatever reason your league is just not that good. You know what I mean? So maybe you've pulled out 6 wins, but maybe perhaps you really don't deserve a spot. It depends. The math works. I like it. Hey, all season long we've been profiling weekly the top linemen and linebackers in the state to see who will wind up walking away with this year's Anvil. I'll tell you this, we have profiled some excellent players this year, and we have another to talk about today, a junior rep in Birmingham Groves. I'm talking about Avery Gatch, and if you follow him on X, formerly known as Twitter, he's got the big boys coming after him. I mean, all of them. Last week, he was at Michigan. Week before, he was at Ohio State. A few weeks before that, Penn State. He's been all over. Alabama, Florida, USC, you name it. But how does he look on film?
He looks fantastic. 6'5", 275. Again, one of those guys that just doesn't want to block you. He's not happy until he puts you on your back. This guy's feet, for a big guy, maybe the best I've seen this year. He is quick, very agile, dominant against the run. As far as base blocking, he combo blocks well. He gets to the second level. But what's really I'm impressed with is how he pulls. They run a counter, and he's got to find the hole and his guy to block. And there's traffic in his way, and he just moves quickly. He moves like water, just slithers through there. And when he gets home, his feet, he finishes. Great leg drive. As he contacts, a lot of guys will hit and stalemate and then go, oh, I got to get my legs going. He is continuous. Contact, feet are running, and like I said, he puts people down. This is going to be tough. This is probably the best Anvil class since I've been helping you out with this.
Yeah, which has been several years now.
Yeah, we've got some football players.
I know. It's crazy. And when you look at the teams coming after them, all of the Power 5 big boys for this guy and so many others. I mean, the skill set in this state, at various positions, but especially on the line, is still top notch.
It is, and I think training and I think coaching in our state is excellent, and these guys are well coached.
No doubt about it. Well, Avery is the 12th ranked offensive tackle in the country in his class. Groves is 6-2, Division II state semifinalist a season ago. Probably going to end up in that district that also features Waterford Mott. What's not set in stone by any means. We'll see what happens this week. We'll see how far Gatch and the Falcons can fly this year. I'm not sure how much belief there is in the Groves community, though, for Avery. His vote count is way down, so let's go, Falcon fans. Step it up. Currently, Walled Lake Western's Liam Vaughn leading with 37% of the vote. CC Stone Chaney not far behind. So voting will continue through most of the playoffs, although we are freezing our top 10 after this weekend's actions. Will we see a late entry? Who knows? Come back and see us next week.
You might not realize it, but tonight you made a difference. Tonight you ordered a little love, hope, and pizza. Because even though you just ordered a pizza for dinner, that one little purchase helps make a big difference. For every pizza purchased in the month of October, Hungry Howie's will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, all on our way to raising $5 million. So this time you didn't just order pizza. You ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry
Howie's! At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Senebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Hey guys, I'm joined now by Josh Burnham, Traverse City Central alumni, now at Notre Dame. How special is it to be back here?
Very. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
And you won the Anvil Award in 2021. Can you just talk about that award and kind of what it meant to you?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, just being able to go out and play with the teammates, just being able to win that award. I wouldn't be able to do it without all of them, so I really appreciate them.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys had a really big win over USC. Can you just talk a little bit about that and how the season's going so far?
Yeah, it's been super fun. That atmosphere was unlike anything I've ever played in. The next would be obviously the Patriot game, but no, we've been playing pretty well. Hoping to finish the season out well.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, and congrats and good luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Evan, back to you guys.
All right, Liz, thank you. Yes, Josh Burnham was on that Traverse City Central team that made the state title game against De La Salle back in 2021. It's not often you're a linebacker and a quarterback, but Josh Burnham, we say without exaggeration, one of the best athletes the city of Traverse City has had in a long time. Excited to see his success at Notre Dame. Yes, the Fighting Irish got a great win against USC last week. I don't know if Caleb Williams has looked that confused playing football in his entire life. Traverse City Central will kick off to start the second half. The first half was dominated by West. This kick off the hands of the returner Griffiths and into the end zone for a touchback. So, Grant, as we start the second half, kind of a two-pronged question here. If you're Traverse City West, what are you doing to try to keep the lead? If you're Traverse City Central, how are you trying to come back?
Well, to your question, I think if you're Traverse City West, I think you just copy and paste what you did in that first half. I think if you can duplicate exactly what you did, I think you come out of this game 28-0. The way they're running the ball is fantastic, and it's hard to stop. If you're Traverse City Central, you got to limit these big plays. You got to plug gaps. You got to have linebackers fill, and you got to tackle. Adeo Limobadi is just running through tackles, untouched for 5 yards. So you got to tighten up on defense here. Maybe bring some pressures. Kind of switch up the look a little bit. And just find a way to find an edge here. Creating a turnover wouldn't hurt as well.
The rain has stopped, but it is still a chilly night. Mid-40s, and it feels a little colder. Hendricks under 7, given to Alimo Bade, and this time he is suffocated right at the line of scrimmage. That did not happen a lot in the first half.
Nope, that's a look we haven't really seen. The D-line there for Central did a fantastic job of plugging gaps, and Jackson Dobrev, another name that we've called a lot tonight, is flying around the ball, along with Peyton Waller, a young player on that defense, a sophomore for this team, number 10. So those linebackers, they got to play fast, physical right now. And that first play, if it predicates how the second half will go, they're going to be in this.
Traverse City West, a patient approach all night on offense. Hendricks gives to Kirshner. Jet sweep right. Stayed on his feet. Kept on moving. He was tackled shy of the 25. They do give him about 4 yards, but still third down and longer coming up for West.
Yeah, and good job there. You could have had him for, maybe not even a gain of any yards there on that play. Braden McCoon really set the edge really well. And then Jackson Dobrev came off the edge. That was number 21 there. Rucker Feeney came up flying there. So those guys are playing physical right now, but this is the tackling. You got to tackle them. Once guy holds them up, that second guy's got to come in and finish the job.
Opening drive of the second half. Does it continue for West? Does Central get a stop? Alimo Bade is suffocated again. 3 different Trojans converging. Peyton Waller, number 10, one of the first men in there.
Really good job, and kind of like you just asked that question. It's like, hey, well, we got to bring some pressure here too. Provide some different looks. They go double linebackers, mugged up in the A gaps. Really good job there of getting off the field for Traverse City Central.
Sorely needed stop to start the second half for Central. A second half that may determine their season. They come in at 4-4. A win, they're in the playoffs for sure. A loss, and then it gets tricky with the math. Looked like Central just jumped offside on the punt. So now it's 4th down and 4. I still think Traverse City West is punting, but we'll see. Your eyes do not deceive you. That is the left tackle, Kyler Brunin, who is also the punter. There's not many punters across Michigan who are 6'4", 275, but he averages 36 yards a punt. There is nobody back deep for Central, and the snap is miles high. That's a safety. Well, the first half started off beautifully for West. They recovered a fumble on the opening kickoff, went down, scored a touchdown. Second half, dream start for Central. Stop, high snap, 2 points, and they're about to get the ball.
And you said we got to start, creating turnovers or, kind of changing the picture here defensively if you're Central. But, you'll take a gift when you can get one right here. And, I mean, Kyler Brunnen had no chance of catching that ball. That ball was 5 feet over his head, and he's a tall guy. He stands at 6'4". The big left tackle for Traverse City West. So, I mean, that just is a miscommunication and bad execution there by Traverse City West, especially in a game where you have the momentum. You come out in the second half and you have an opportunity to really kind of keep cementing what you've been doing. So that gives life into this Traverse City Central team, and let's see if their offense can kind of pick up the pace here and kind of play some complementary football.
Alta Equipment knows that when it comes to getting your job done on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alta Equipment partners with the biggest names in construction with industry-leading service and support. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. The head coach for West, James Wagner, told Liz going into the locker room, this is a 4-quarter game. I don't care what the first half did. Traverse City Central can turn this thing on a dime in the blink of an eye. Well, things are trending back in Traverse City Central's direction.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, like you said, you couldn't have drawn up a better start here. I mean, kind of identical starts to the second half if, kind of flip-flopping here. Traverse City Central comes out in the first half, and the first kickoff they fumble, and then Traverse City West goes down and scores. In this situation here, Traverse City West has the opportunity to go down and have a great first drive of the second half. Gets a 3-and-out, goes to punt, and that ball goes right over his head for a safety. So, big mistakes here to start off the halves for both teams, but right now Central has the momentum a little bit, and they can really turn this into something if they succeed here on this drive.
Kelsey with the punt is fielded by one of the up men for Traverse City Central on a fair catch. Nice job by Donovan Meyer on the catch. And Traverse City Central, a team, Grant, that offensively not a lot of forward momentum in that first half. They were starting a lot of drives deep in their own territory. This drive starts in Traverse City West territory.
Yep. Really good field position here. I mean, you're a run-heavy team. Traverse City West is prepared for that. So you got to find ways to get Andrew McManus involved. And when he can really get running, he's a really hard guy to tackle as well. I mean, 5'11", 220-pound back, number 23 is, and then trying to get Braden McCoon some running lanes too as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to sprinkle in some Jackson Dobreff here, on some maybe a screen or a pass, or getting him a little jet sweep action.
McCoon's your quarterback. They give it to Arthur McManus. Kept his legs moving. Slipped a tackle, slipped another one. Got the first down for Traverse City Central.
Really good job here. They're just going to run a little bit of a counter. It's going to look like the play's coming front side, but they're going to hold it and go backside here. Arthur McManus does a fantastic job of breaking some tackles, breaking Noah Dumont's tackle number 8. That's a guy that really is good at tackling. But this is a big back here in Arthur McManus, and he does a good job of getting that edge and securing that first down.
Drive continues for Traverse City Central inside that West 35. A lot of moving parts to this play. It's a reverse and a ton of room. Good block on the outside. Edge. Inside the 10 they go. Jace Rowell, and Central's in business.
Really good job here. Jace Rowell, one of their split ends, the guy that's going to play on the outside, but you got to find ways to get the ball carriers the ball when they're not throwing the ball here. So it's a fantastic job of just running a little bit of a reverse. Everything looks like it's going right, but then Jace Rowell comes back to the left side, and he's got lead blockers out there. Jackson Dobreff, number 9, with a really good block to kind of seal that edge and let them get into this red zone.
Hey, man, in a rivalry game, you empty the playbook. That's only the 3rd carry of the season for Jace Rowell, and Central for the first time tonight inside West 10. First down and goal from the 8. Give. Dobreff running right. Not very much. Maybe a yard.
Not much there. The D-line, the linebacker stepped right on the A gap. He was on the line of scrimmage ready for a run. Good job there by Traverse City West of kind of plugging all their gaps, staying assignment sound there, and not giving much room for that ball carrier and Jackson Dobreff to really get anywhere. Because if he gets in open space, man, he's an athletic kid, and he can make some good things happen.
Would you believe that Jackson Dobreff played on the offensive line last year?
That was a fascinating fact that the coach gave us. That was, it just goes to show what kind of kid he is, right? He'll play anything.
Second out and goal. They give it to the motioning man. This is Declan Feeney inside the 5. Didn't get in. Did get to the 2. And here comes a monster third down and goal.
Really big down here. I mean, third down and goal. You're down, 12 points here, 2 scores. But really good job there by Declan Feeney of really getting to the edge. And when that jet sweep declares, you got to make a decision. If the edge isn't there, you got to cut it up and get north and south and get as much as possible. And he does. And he even jumps with it a little bit, makes it look kind of flashy, and gets some pretty big crucial yards there.
Third and goal from the 2. They motion Dobreff into the gun. McCoon giving, not in, not even close. McManus stopped well short, and now Central's got a decision to make.
And the stout middle linebacker there, number 56, their captain, kind of their vocal leader, their anchor on that defense and that inside, Brady Vaughn, coming clutch there with a really big tackle. And then we're sitting here with a really big down. This could really be a deciding factor here in this game.
Fourth down and goal. Can Traverse City Central get in the end zone and get back in this ball game?
Watch for Jackson Dobreff on this play.
Throw. There he is. Grant Perry called it. Touchdown, Traverse City Central. And we've got a ball game on a Friday night in Traverse City.
When you do your scouting, you can kind of see some tendencies come into play there. They like to do this when they go same side with the tight end and the running back here. They kind of make it a QB read. That DN declares, loses his responsibility, and then Jackson Dobreff just slides into the end zone untouched, unguarded, with an easy pass that this passing offense can complete, right? They've had some issues throwing, but anyone and their mom can make that throw, and that's a fantastic job there by this offense of succeeding.
High snap, and the PAT is blocked. Asher Paul, the operation not clean, and it gets blocked. This could be important.
Yep, every point is going to count. Every drive is going to count. I mean, we had 7 drives in the first half here, and every point is accounted for. Really good job here at getting through. Noah Dumont blocking it with his left shoulder. Fantastic job of getting through that line of scrimmage and really just shaving off a point there on that defense. That was a bad drive for Traverse City West's defense, but that's a little bit of a bright spot there at the end. Way to come back and provide some sparks.
Lawrence Technological University, located in beautiful Southfield, Michigan, and among the largest college of architecture and design in the nation. They have visit days coming up, November 18th, December 9th. Go learn more and visit ltu.edu. You knew this game was not going to look the way in the second half that it did in the first half. This is a rivalry game, man. Traverse City Central's season on the line. You lose, you're 4-5, and you're watching that selection show on Sunday with bated breath, wondering if you get in. You kind of thought this start to the second half was coming for Traverse City Central.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time. They just had to kind of collect themselves, right? They kind of got punched in the mouth that first half. But this is a team that's been tested. They've been in these long playoff runs throughout their careers, under Coach Sugars, so they understand what it takes. And they just had to kind of calm down, come into themselves. Had a really good first defensive drive there when Traverse City West took the ball to start the half, and then executed well there on that drive to put some points on the board.
Asher Paul's kick rolls fortuitously into the end zone. That is a touchback. Let's go all the way back to 2006. Let's take the time machine back 17 years. A winning year for Traverse City West and Traverse City Central. West boys soccer team, we told you they're good. D1 state champs, they beat Livonia Stevenson. And the Traverse City Central hockey team, led by Chris Givens on the bench, won the D2 state title against Saline. Such awesome athletic history in this great town of Traverse City, Michigan. The hockey bloodlines run deep in this town. Red Wings training camp is here every year. Hendricks fields the snap, gives to Alimo Bade, who's running hard again. Slipped a tackle, slipped one more. He's still on his feet somehow. Another great run.
just getting back to what they do best here, getting Deo Limo body the ball, right? And good things happen when he has the ball and when the blockers are out front leading the way. Run a little counter here, just a two-back at the point of attack type of run, and he's just trucking everyone in his sight. I mean, and then spinning and then still running. And look at him try to put the hand down and still keep running. Really good job there. And, unfortunately, it looks like Central's got someone down, so hopefully he's okay and get up back in this game.
Yeah, Nick Van Ness, number 6, down on the field. Adeo Alimo Bade, Grant, you're watching him run the football, and I'm sitting here at halftime going, who does he look like? He looks like somebody. He looks like Mike Allstott when he used to run the ball for the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah, he does. He looks like that stout fullback that will run through you but also run away from you, too, a little bit there. That's a really good comparison. I see that all day.
The announcement of the qualifiers and first-round planes for the 11 and 8-player playoffs taking place 6 o'clock this Sunday, the 22nd, on the Selection Sunday show on Bally Sports Detroit Extra on the Bally Sports app. To view the pairings after the show, go to MHSA.com. We were just alluding to this, right? You want to watch that show confident knowing that you're in. This is still a new concept in MHSA football. When Grant and I were playing, not back in the old days, we're not that old, but it was a few years ago, you had to go 5-4 to make the playoffs. Now, if the math shakes out in your favor, basically you played a bunch of tough games and maybe you lost a couple of them, you can get in the playoffs at 4-5. But the Traverse City Central coaching staff told us earlier this week, we think we can get in at 4-5. We really don't want to have to worry about that. Alimo Bade on the run again. Slowed up initially, and once again he turns negative into a positive. That may only be a gain of 1, but still, that's pretty impressive considering where the play was going.
Yep, that play could have been tackled in the backfield for a loss there. Just really good job here of just running through contact. If you're Traverse City Central and you're on that staff and you're on one of those players, you're just preaching to each other, hey, we got to wrap up, have to wrap up. I understand it's cold, right? I understand, it hurts, the hits hurt a little bit extra today. But you got to understand what you're playing for right now. You're playing for that playoff spot. You're playing, to kind of prove yourself worthy of being in that, in that final, stretch of the season here. And Alimo Debo Bade is just trying to cancel all that for Traverse City Central.
They fake it to him on 2nd down and 9. Hendricks throws it away. Quarterback on quarterback crime. Braden McCoon, quarterback on the other side, applying pressure.
If it says anything about Braden McCoon's, kind of what he brings to the table, you look at him, you're like, oh, that's the quarterback number 2. But he's also the starting defensive end. And, he's standing at 6'3", 200 pounds, and he'll chase you down.
Not the spot Traverse City West wants to be in. An offense that loves to run it. They've run for over 300 yards the last 2 weeks, facing a 3rd down and 9. Although they have completed 2 passes to Sam Shute on 3rd down so far tonight.
Yep, if you're Traverse City Central's staff, you're yelling at your guys, watch where number 9's at. He's been hurting us on 3rd downs all day, and right now this is a 3rd down conversion that you have to get. You have to stop this Traverse City West team.
West will burn a timeout before this 3rd down. (1988). Told you this earlier. The Class A football final took place at the Silverdome between Traverse City High School. They hadn't combined. They hadn't taken the 2 schools and divided them yet. Traverse City High School against Detroit Catholic Central. Significant moment for Traverse City. It was their last state title in football, rocking those sweet winged helmets. Back then, Traverse City just the one high school, and they beat the Shamrocks 24-14 at the Pontiac Silverdome. I know the Shamrocks lost that day, Grant, but Tom Mack was probably watching that single wing for the Traverse City Trojans and going, you know what? If you're going to beat us, you may as well beat us with the tight tee,
Mm-hmm. That's probably, it hurts to see a loss, but he probably had some appreciation for the way they were running it, no doubt.
These 2 schools split into Central and West before 1997. Traverse City West High School never made it past the district final. They did start the 2004 season 10-0, but they lost in the districts. Traverse City Central made the state title game a couple of years ago. Neither school has won a state championship since it was just Traverse City. This is a fun look. 4 wide receivers right side, and we have a whistle stopping play. Traverse City Central at the last second, Grant, got a timeout because they knew problems were coming on that play.
Yeah, they could see the future right there, and that's just what good coaching is. I mean, and if that play were to go and they had the right rhythm there, Sam Shute is running down the sideline for another 60-yard completion here. So good timeout. Traverse City West comes up and they huddle up and they go hurry up to the line of scrimmage and they go 5 wide. They go 1 to the left and they go 4 to the right. And that's a look that they haven't got yet. And obviously the defense couldn't align properly, so the coach had to burn one there. But a very good timeout usage there as Sam Shute was running wide open down the seam.
All right, so each team's burned a timeout within about a minute of each other here. Obviously, that timeout situation important when you consider it's a one-score game. We're starting to creep toward the start of the fourth quarter. You love calling rivalry games, right? Especially at the high school level. That dumb football cliche, throw out the records. It is kind of true in a game like this. Yes, there's stakes for Traverse City Central. They feel like they got to win to make the playoffs. This is the last game of the year for Traverse City West. But when you consider the fact that the weather isn't great, the student sections are still packed, there are folks breathing the elements and watching this game, this is the type of environment that makes your heart smile.
It does, and this has just been a fantastic first half. We're leaning towards a really good second half right now. It's the right formula. It's the right melting pot right now. It feels right.
Third down long after the timeout. Hendricks rolling. He'll tuck, he'll run, stay on his feet, and get tackled by Dobrev. There's a flag behind the play. He was going to be short of the first down by a couple of yards. All things considered, it's been a pretty clean game, only a couple of flags. Got an official huddling up with James Wagner, West's head coach, right near the 40-yard line. Now another one comes over. Penalty on Traverse City Central. Can't call it a backbreaker yet. There's a lot of ball game to go. That one stings big time.
That one hurts. It's third down and long, and he doesn't pick up the first down there, but it was a passing concept, and one of the DBs got called for a holding. That'll get you a first down there in that situation, and it breathes a little life into this Traverse City West offense as they kind of been started in here this second half, and right now they're in Traverse City Central's territory and looking to do something with this rock.
Let's see if Alimo Bade gets the rock again. Yep, he's running left. Nothing. There's that gang tackling Grant Perry was calling for. Maybe a yard.
Really good job there by number 54, Michael Corrin. Just doing a fantastic job of meeting that pulling tight end on this situation here at the line of scrimmage and just making there nowhere to go. Really kind of playing it a two-gap situation, right? The running back could have bounced outside and he would have shutted him and got to the outside and held that contained and then didn't give him anything inside there. So really good job by number 54. Really just another disruptive guy on that D-line playing for the Traverse City Central.
If anything, that penalty on Central allows West to burn a ton of clock here. Alimo Bade gets the direct snap, runs right off his blocker, and gets inside the 45 to the 44. He was just running right off the back of his lead blocker, Leask.
Just doing a fantastic job at that. And when there's nowhere to go, he's just diving, getting extra 2-3 yards with his, just the body length he has. Really an efficient runner. Does a good job of running through contact, but also when there's nothing there, really just finishing going forward.
Got to get to the 39. They call it a 3rd down and 6 as that ball is spotted just outside the 45. Kirshner in motion. They fake it to him, keep with Hendricks, who stopped well short of the first down. Gain of 2 yards. Dobrev, one of the men making the tackle. And now, decision time for West coaching staff.
Decision time, and that was a little bit of a QB read. Had a lot of guys on the line of scrimmage in that jet sweep. If that could have got the edge and they would have gave it, might have been a good opportunity to give it there, but the quarterback had a lane, but it closed quick. Michael Corrin closed that along with Jackson Dobrev. Those are two guys, along with Peyton Waller, that are just flying around and really trying to keep them in this game right now.
A lot of time running off on the play clock. It's already down to 9. Now it's at 4. West has got to go. They just got it off. Hendricks throws. Alimo Bade dropped the ball. Oh, no.
And you couldn't have drawn it up any better than that. I mean, you get the picks you want. It's kind of a mesh concept where the receivers, 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen, they all just blitz inside and make it look like they're running crossing routes. And that running back, Adeo Limobadi, just flies off the edge, untouched, accounted for here. You'll see it right now. I mean, just wide open, screaming, and they do a good job. They catch him in a little bit of a man coverage, and all the the cornerback and the safety, they all run with those receivers that run inside. And Adeo Limobadi drops what would have been a walk-in touchdown.
I mean, that man is the MVP of this game. He has put that Traverse City West offense on his back time and again. And the senior may be playing his last ever football game, just wants a chance to redeem himself later. He'll get it. And now Traverse City Central, before the start of this next drive, down by 6 late in the third, burns their second timeout.
Man, and having done a few broadcasts with you, I know how important timeouts are to you, Evan, so I know that one hurts you right there. So hopefully they come out with something that really benefits them on this drive.
I've learned one thing playing Madden: save your timeout. It's your time to make your voice heard, volleyball fans. Vote for your Volleyball Player of the Year in the State Champs Women Contest presented by Michigan Elite Volleyball Academy. Head over to statechampsw.com and cast your vote for the top 10 contenders. We'll award our champion after the Volleyball State Finals. Make sure you cast your vote on statechampsw.com. And I want to make sure a certain college in the state of Michigan gets a little love for their volleyball team. Shout out to Western Michigan Volleyball. 19-2 to start the year. A 9-0 record, fresh off a 3-set sweep against Northern Illinois on Tuesday night. Grant, I hear the guy who called that volleyball match for Western Michigan on Tuesday night did a great job.
That's what I heard, too. There was rumors all around the state about that one. Yeah.
Here he's calling another one next Saturday, too. Anywho. Braden McCoon on the run. Great start to the drive. Big body lumbering ahead. First down, Traverse City Central, as it continues to turn the Trojans' way in the third quarter.
And I just can't stop thinking about that wheel route that Adebo Limobadi dropped. But, right now Central's going to take that and use that to their advantage. Right? They got the ball back. That was a turnover down. So their first play, what do? They say, you know what, we're going to do our best impression of Adeo Limobadi. We're going to run guys over. We're going to get it up the middle. We're going to make you tackle us. And Braden McCoon is not an easy guy to tackle either. And he's been running well tonight. And when he hits a hole, man, he can get north and south with the best of them.
Under 2 to go in the third. They motion Moore. Give it to Glenn. Looking for real estate. And dove ahead. Back to the line of scrimmage. Nice job by West bottling up the play. And it's going to be second down and long.
Yeah, really good job by West there, kind of flying and pursuing of the ball. If guys kind of took plays off there, that would have been an interesting situation because that edge defender, got crack blocked by Glenn Moore. Did a really good job of crack blocking that defensive end. And they lost contain, but those hats flew to the ball, man, and they rallied that thing up for no gain.
McCoon coming to the line and talking to that O-line. Second down, 10. They run the reverse again to Rowell. It worked on the last drive. This time he got a block from Dobrev, and then he was muscled out of bounds by Wallace Tupper. This time it doesn't work nearly as well, but still a solid gain, making it third down and more manageable.
Not nearly the gain they got first time running it, but that's usually the situation. Sometimes, kind of the playbook's a little bit limited right now for them, but, in situations where you run that reverse, you may never come back to it in that same game, right? That may be a one play and done, but in that situation, they use it to pick up a nice little chunk, 5 yards, 6 yards there, and it makes this an opportunity for them to convert here on third down.
Motion Moore again. Fake it to him. Keep with McCoon. First down, Braden McCoon. Another big gash up the middle as this game keeps on ticking. The Central offense finding its groove.
They're just running the jet sweep read. Braden McCoon's reading that defensive end. If he blitzes up and takes on that jet sweep motion guy, he's taught, hey, get your foot in the ground and get north and south, and he does that really good job. And, they're converting third downs this season at 57%. So, just put another one in the little tick, the score column there for a third down conversion because really good job there by Traverse City Central.
That's the end of the third. Traverse City Central on the move, trying to take their first lead of the night when we start the fourth quarter. Our hearts go out to John Johnson, former communications director at the MHSAA. He's mourning the loss of his wife, Suzanne. She battled the effects of Crohn's disease and other complications for over 20 years. And in 1985, Suzanne married John. They had 2 children, Bradley and Aaron. And our condolences with the entire Johnson family during this extremely difficult time.
You might not realize it, but tonight you made a difference. Tonight you ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
I feel
because
so
even
bad
though you
for
just ordered a pizza for dinner, that one little purchase helps
that's
make
your
a
worst
big
nightmare
difference.
as a football
For
player.
every pizza purchased in the month of October, Hungry Howie's will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, all on our way to raising $5 million. So this time you didn't just order pizza. You ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry Howie's. At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Senebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Hey guys, welcome back. Traverse City West kicker Dougie Rice has had quite the busy week this week. Along with preparing for this rivalry matchup, he's also a part of the soccer team, and they took home the district championship last night, making it a 5-peat for Traverse City West soccer. Evan?
Liz, thank you. Yes, heck of a time for Traverse City West soccer. What is going on this play? McCoon throws, that's picked! Drew Esper, the INT. He's still going. Brought down by McCoon. Drew Esper wasn't fooled.
And talking with coach this week, asked him, who's the guy on defense that really just understands the game and is in the right places at the right time? And he said, didn't even hesitate. He said the sophomore, Drew Esper. And Drew Esper's been battling some injuries this season. And he said his 90% is better than a lot of guys' 100%. And right there, he gave 110%. The middle of the field safety right there. He was a rangy guy. Sees that it's a double reverse pass. Flies all the way outside the numbers and picks that one off. I mean, that play looked like it was a disaster from the start. I mean, they were pitching it with D linemen in their face. It didn't look good to start, and it didn't end well there. And what a play by the sophomore, Drew Esper.
I think that was their best attempt at the Lions' Sam Laporta.
Yep, I agree. And I think that's Drew Esper, patting Adeo Alumabadi and saying, you know what, I got you, buddy. We'll get that ball back for you there.
And now this drive gets interesting because Traverse City Central's only got that one timeout left. Alimo Bade on the run and plunging ahead for a couple of yards.
And you see the way he just lowered those shoulders, man. He is, I think he's, a little bit upset about that last drive and how that ended. He looks like he's running a little bit extra gas in his tank right now.
Early stages, fourth quarter. Traverse City West trying to get a win in their last game of the year. Traverse City Central trying to come back and win and make sure there's no intrigue on Selection Sunday in a couple of days. Reverse handoff going nowhere. They tried to get Tupper in open space, and Michael Coffrin read it like a book.
Fantastic job here by Michael Coffrin, just doing what he does best and just being a disruptor. That D lineman, he hasn't been blocked yet tonight, and he's been making plays all over the field. Really just gets his hands on Wallace Tubbert and says, you know what, you're not going anywhere, big fella. Come down and sit with me. Really good tackle there in a really crucial moment.
3rd down, long. 15 yards. They got to get to the 45. Does Owen Hendricks have a little pixie dust in those right fingertips? Quarterback dropping back. Clean pocket. Scanning the field. Tucking. Pumping. Running. Gain 5, needed 15. Central defense stiffens, and they're about to get the ball back.
And just, Traverse City West, they come up with that interception. And they really do have an opportunity on that drive to really, take some time off the clock, get down there and make this, an even harder game to come back for if you're Traverse City Central. They kind of got away. The first play there, they got, a 3-yard chunk up the middle, and they try to run the east and west. I think that most of their successes happen north and south today. I would like to see them stick to that ground game, north and south, with the Deo Limo body.
The last snap on a punt was high. This one brought down by Brunin with a bobble. And it's a high, wobbly punt that takes a fortunate west bounce. Traverse City Central starts this huge drive at their own 36. Hungry Howie's a great partner with the State Champs Networks, Mr. Football, and Anvil Awards. Tonight, order a little love, hope, and pizza. Help make a difference when ordering Hungry Howie's and their goal of donating $5 million to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Go order your pizza right now at hungryhowies.com. There is a flag behind the play, by the way. Did you see anything interesting happen on that punt, Grant, that I missed?
I quite frankly, I didn't. My eyes were honestly on the ball. I was trying to see if it was going to be another high snap. Still was, but luckily their punter there, Kyler, is a tall guy. So he caught it, corralled it. But to answer your question, I missed it.
Got 4 officials huddled up at the 30-yard line. Hard-working officiating crew all night. Definitely playoff-type environment, playoff-type weather here at Thurlby Field tonight. Yes, a few of the crowd has thinned out. Maybe a few of the folks who have left are watching our broadcast tonight. If you are, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Appreciate each and every one of you that have been watching our Game Time Live broadcasts all throughout the regular season. Don't worry, we've got you covered through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. We'll have round 1, the district final, and the regional final, and the semis, and of course the finals to be broadcast on Valley Sports Detroit. Personal foul on Traverse City Central, which gives Traverse City West a first down. Oh my goodness. There's still 9:28 to go. It's not a backbreaker. It's a crunch.
Yeah, that doesn't help you. That for sure doesn't. Kind of takes a little bit of wind out of your sail there. You just had a good 3 and out after throwing an interception. It feels like you're about to get the ball back. You can kind of try to get some momentum going, and then unfortunately there was a penalty that cost them a possession right there.
And at the very least, Traverse City West is going to get some time to burn off more time. Just that one timeout left for Traverse City Central. They spot the ball in midfield as Limo Bade sets up sidecar right to Hendricks in the gun. They give it to him. Adeo Limo Bade leaning ahead and gaining 4 yards on first down.
And if I'm Traverse City West's coach right now, I'd run that play until I lost a yard. I mean, it's just the inside zone blocking. Everyone's man on man, right? You point out your guy. You say, I got him. And it's just straight up hard-nosed football. And when you got a running back like Adeo Limo Badi, you got a lot of trust in him. I mean, great ball security. It falls forward, picks up at least 4 yards of run when the run is there. I'd keep going at that until it stopped.
Second down and 6. Alimo Bade on the run. Leaning ahead. They're still not losing yards on that play, Grant. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Yep. And it looks like Traverse City Central's adjustment for this inside run is to kind of put those linebackers, inside linebackers, up on the line of scrimmage. They run a 3-4, but it plays like a 5-2, so they got those 2 linebackers sitting in the middle, and they'll put them right up on the line of scrimmage, right in the A-gap. But right now, it's not helping them.
Roman Leask, the injured Traverse City West Titan, down in the field, and they'll take a look at him. Our next Game Time Live broadcast is to be determined. We don't know. We got to watch the pairings and that Selection Sunday show to figure out where we're going. If you want a hint, we're thinking West Side next week, but I can't promise anything that's above my pay grade. We'll make the announcement on our State Champs social media channels on Monday. You know, my poor Cheryl the Cherokee has had to travel all across our great state. We've been going downriver. We've been going west side. We've been coming up to Traverse City. We've gone to the Lansing area. And we're not quite sure where we're going next week. Friendly reminder for you, Selection Sunday show on Bally Sports Detroit Extra on the Bally Sports app, 6 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Why don't you celebrate an inevitable Detroit Lions win at Baltimore on Sunday by watching the Selection show on Sunday? If the Lions lose, it's my fault. You can text me and tell me that I jinxed them.
Lions playing home or away this week?
They're on the road. They're at Baltimore, yeah.
I will say the last Lions game I went to, I got to witness Justin Tucker's record-setting field goal.
Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah, not great.
I was on a bachelor party, and it ruined the bachelor party. Oh. Well, for me, I was the only Lion fan there. They mark the ball back at the 42. It's 3rd down and 2. Alimo Bade shifts to Hendricks right in that shotgun. They give it back to Adeo Alimo Bade, who is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. 2 guys slowed him up. Rutger Feeney finished the job.
They try to go east and west here, and it hasn't really been their recipe, right? A little outside zone, but the outside zone track is, you run it, and then when you see a lane, you cut up. But the defense right there does a fantastic job. Michael Korn, number 54, and then number 21, Rutger Feeney, just surrounding the ball there. And if you're Traverse City West in that situation, you got to try to get as many yards as you can, and it just was not there.
Offense for Traverse City West remaining on the field. It's a 4th down and 4. The play clock's at 5. Now it's at 1. And James Wagner, their head coach, sprinted down to get a timeout. Grant, if you're that coaching staff for Traverse City West, what decision are you making here?
Well, you're down a score. If you're down 2 scores, I'd be like, all right, go for it. You just still have to have the ball back to make it an even game. But in this situation, when you're down, when you're up a score and they can have an opportunity to tie it up or take the lead, I would punt this away. I'd make them earn it.
Did you know that skiing is an MHSA sport? Well, it is, and I'm not going to surprise you here. The Traverse City schools are really good at it. Both Traverse City Central and Traverse City West have dominated on the slopes since it became an official sport in the 70s. The Traverse City Central boys have won 17 state titles. West has claimed the last 3 in Division I. As for the girls, Central's won 11 championships and West has won 8. Grant, have you ever gone skiing?
I have never gone skiing, no. And I don't think my groin would hold up. That's my biggest fear.
Congratulations to all the awesome success the schools here in Traverse City have had on the ski slopes. All right, here we go. Offense on the field for Traverse City West. It's a 4th and 4. Last game of the year, trying to knock off your rival, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak in the Patriot game. May as well roll the dice. Play action for Hendricks. Quick drop and throw. That's caught. 1st down and more. Tupper stayed on his feet. Wallace Tupper again.
And they just dialed up the perfect play call there. I mean, just the execution from the quarterback and Owen Hendricks and trusting him to make that throw. They run a slant, and it's a really good opportunity here because the receiver split out all the way to the numbers, and he had all day, all room to run inside here, get inside leverage and catch this ball. But the fact about it is Wallace Tuppert then breaks the tackle and puts this thing on the 10, almost on the 10-yard line here. I mean, just a fantastic play, great execution, and it shouldn't come at any surprise because when we talked to Coach this week, he said that we're going to call his number a lot. Wallace Tupper, that is, number 11. And, man, have they called it, man. The touchdown in the end zone down here on the comeback fade and then that conversion, man, that's a real backbreaker right there.
Alimo Bade running right. Kept his feet, got across the 10 to the 8-yard line. Yeah, Wallace Tupper tonight, only a couple of catches, but they're maybe the two biggest plays of the game. He gets that touchdown in the corner of the end zone late in the first half for West. And right there, you talk about guts for the coaching staff going for it, 4th down and 4. And their trust in Hendricks and Tupper has paid off big time.
Yeah, it's paid off big time, and it just, when you do go for it in those situations, it builds a level of trust with your players. Especially, Traverse City West is fighting for the rights to this game tonight, and that's about it. And so when you have your back against the wall in the season and you're fighting for one thing, I mean, might as well go guns a-blazing right there, and it pays off.
Hendricks running all the way left. Kept his feet, slowed up, trudged his way inside the 5. He's short of the first down by a yard. They can get the first down here without scoring a touchdown.
Yep, and that would be pretty big too, especially if they get that first down. They can really milk some more clock. But just another thing that just keeps popping up. I mean, it's just we've rarely seen the first guy to the tackle make it. It's usually that second, third guy. You get your Jackson Dobrefs who are pretty good and they secure a lot of tackles. I mean, he's been cleaning up a lot of the work. But these ball carriers for Traverse West have been an issue tonight. Just avoiding tackles and getting those extra yards.
3rd down for West. Alimo Bade lowering his shoulder, trying to get that first down. He's close. Based on the initial spot, he's short.
Really good job there. I mean, Jackson Dobref comes flying across the formation, wraps him up, gets him, slows him down, helps, lets the help come and finish the tackle there. Sam Shute had a good kick-out block, number 9, their tight end for Traverse City West. But, they're in a situation right now. It looks like they got the kicker out here. They're going to try to take a 3-point kick here.
This would make it a 2-score game. It's been a busy week for Dougie Rice. Low snap. Hendricks gets it down, and Rice knocks it through.
Oh, and that the hold didn't look like it came out clean. Looks like the holder had to really adjust. Really good job there by Owen Hendricks. And if that didn't pay off, I think those coaches would have been like, you know what? We should have gave it to Adeo Limo Badi. So, but hey, it pays off. They go up 2 scores with 4 minutes and 36 seconds left.
Dougie Rice, the guy who just made that all-important field goal on the soccer team that just won another district final. Liz was telling us about that a few minutes ago. Just knocked through the field goal, and that's an underrated thing, right? Yes, great job by Owen Hendricks getting down the tricky snap, but also great composure by that kicker Rice, not being worried, not having the timing messed up. He knocked that thing right down the middle.
Yeah, and usually sometimes these kickers will hesitate or their steps will be off and they won't be able to really get through the ball. But Dougie Rice, I mean, every time he kicks it, he's kicked it today. The trajectory of his balls have been beautiful. Great arc, and just really a solid kicker all around and an even better soccer player.
And now because of that field goal, this is where the math gets really tricky for Traverse City Central. Yes, there's 4:36 in the game, but it's not a normal 4:36 because there's just that one timeout remaining.
Yep, and this offense for Traverse City Central, they aren't built to come back, with 4 minutes left. Their passing attack isn't centered around a heavy, deep game. Their passing attack is a quick game and some RPO mixed in there, and they're really a run heavy team. So it'll be interesting to see what how deep in the bag they go here, but they're gonna have to go pretty deep to get a score quick.
Can Glenn Moore give them a little magic? No. Tackled shy of the 25. What a hit on special teams by Braden Papa. Traverse City Central came into this game trying to win their 5th in a row over their rival and trying to make sure that they were in the playoffs for sure. But now they are staring down a unenviable situation. Their season very well may be on the line here. McCoon takes the snap, looking to throw, floats it down the middle. That's a one-handed incomplete pass. Glenn Moore nearly made an excellent catch.
He almost came down with it. Kind of a pop fly, if you will, out in the middle of the field. I'm wondering where Drew Esper's at. I know he's got his eyes peeled, but really good concept here. They come jet sweep motion, and they kind of just switch release those guys. They're in a little bit of a cover 3 look here, so it's a 1 high safety. So where do you want to attack? You want to attack in the seams, right? Or you get a crosser that crosses that safety's face, where they tried to throw that. Had an opportunity, but just a little bit out too far, and the one-handed catch couldn't come down with it.
They roll McCoon to the right. Looking downfield, wide open Moore. He's got this one. Great gain for Traverse City Central. First down play up to the 44.
Yeah, really good job here by Brady McCoon, kind of keeping the play alive here. Had a guy open down the seam here, but he wasn't quite ready to throw. Had his eyes on the outside target here. Avoids the rusher, comes up, and that cornerback is dropping to his third, right? Leaving that kind of that hitch area open, that curl route. So it's there. Brady McCoon puts a beautiful ball on Glenn Moore. Glenn Moore gets some extra yards after the catch. But right now you got to kick it into 2-minute mode right now. You got to assume that you don't know if you're getting another possession, but you got to score quick, so the opportunity is there.
Moore's the man in motion. And a flag. Offsides on West. That'll help Central.
Anytime you can gain yards without that clock moving in the situation, that's a win, that's for sure.
But they will wind the clock on the snap. McCoon looking back to the official. Make sure that was the case. Braden rolls to the left. Got away from a sack. And didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Still a sack anyway. Runner was down. Ball came out. That's going to kill a lot of clock and make it second down.
Really good job here by Noah Bennett, kind of just causing havoc in the backfield. Number 23, Arthur McManus, trying to get him out of the way, kind of messes up the timing of the throw. Then Brady McCoon doesn't see an option or an outlet and just tries to run it here and picks up a few yards. But you want to see a little bit of more tempo here by the offense, trying to get their calls in from the coach, looking to the sideline. But you want to see a little bit of a pep in their step here, late in this game.
Down 2 scores, under 3 minutes to go, and just that one timeout. McCoon throws, incomplete, hoping for Jace Rowell. Third down.
Looks like they're a little bit off on that one right there. They looked like they were trying to fake the screen with a little bit of seam route by number 2, the number 2 receiver in alignment on the field. And then the number 1 receiver there, Jace Rowell, just looked like he wasn't on the right landmark there. Either it was a bad throw or, the route wasn't, right where he expected it to. Brady McCoon throws it to the sideline. And Jace Rowell's more near that hash marker, and that just kind of wasn't, they weren't on the same page there.
Third down, they roll McCoon. Over the middle, tipped, incomplete. Kirshner tipped it. They were hoping for Rowell again. It's your ball game. Fourth down coming up.
Fourth down coming up, and you can kind of see right now, the way that Central, is approaching this passing attack is trying to get Brady McCoon on the edge with some rollout passes, right? Because the last option is to let him run. Not a true drop-back quarterback. Stepped into the quarterback role here. Week 4 or 5 or 6 here versus Midland when Drew Zimmerick, they wanted a little bit of a change. Not a traditional drop-back quarterback here, but right now they need him to be the best drop-back quarterback that he can be.
They need a little McCoon magic. Fourth down. He throws. Pass caught and tackled in the open field. Moore was tackled right at the sticks. Kirshner thought he stopped him short. Based on the spot, that's a Central first down. Yep, move the chains.
Just ran a little out route. Understanding you're getting off coverage down at the boundary. That's great timing. Threw it off the hitch. Gets the receiver in stride. And just by the very littlest gets the first down. And the sticks keep moving.
Under 2.5 to go. McCoon's got the ball. He's throwing a wobbling duck. Coming back and making the catch, Scotty Goodwin. Inside the 25. They'll stop that clock as they move the chains.
And, the ball's coming out a little bit wobbly, a little high, and those DBs are running, expecting to go route. That receiver understands that ball's coming a little bit short, comes back, turns into a little bit of a back shoulder fade there, works in the Traverse City Central's favor.
McCoon throws again. This one incomplete. Hoping for Declan Feeney. Kirshner on the coverage again. Esper there as well.
And Declan's looking for a flag, but that I think that's a good no call there. They're just fighting for the ball there at that point. A little bit out of his reach too, uncatchable. But they're attacking these seams. They're trying to cross these these receivers. Switch release is the proper term there, and trying to mix up the safeties and the cornerbacks is responsibility. But right now, Traverse City West is handling that well and keeping everything in front of them.
Braden McCoon on this drive has kept the hopes alive for Traverse City Central. It's a deep drop here. He's throwing a middle screen. Moore dropped it. 3rd down.
Not a bad call there. I mean, you've been going deep, go routes, curls, right? And then you come to a tunnel screen, right? You get the defense kind of to back off. Those D linemen are going to rush up fast. They're trying to get a sack to end this game. And they just try to throw a little tunnel screen underneath, which could turn into a big play there. Glenn Moore is a really elusive, fast, electric player for them. But he just has to concentrate a little bit better and catch that ball. And then he could have been off to the races on that one.
3rd down for Traverse City Central. This is obviously 4-down territory. McCoon rolling right, keeping his eyes downfield. He chucks one to the end zone. It's picked. Oh, that's so fitting. Isaac Kelsey, the INT in the end zone. The senior, who is coming back from a broken arm in the 3rd week of the year, in the last football game he'll ever play, just made a memory he'll never forget.
Putting the exclamation mark on tonight. I mean, hasn't played a game since week 3. Said, you know what, this is the Patriot game. I can toughen it up. I'll come back. I don't need 2 arms. I just need 1. And he makes a heck of a play here on this ball. Ball's way overthrown. I mean, it's a high ball. I mean, everyone in there, everyone could have got to that ball. I mean, just not the best throw in the back of the end zone. And Isaac Kelsey comes through with the game-ending interception right there. I mean, what a play. I couldn't have asked for a better situation, right? Your senior captain leader making that interception there. Just kind of a really a Cinderella type of moment right there for that Traverse City West defense.
West doesn't want any funny business here. They call a timeout. Seriously, for any of you folks watching or listening, just think about this, right? You're a senior, Isaac Kelsey, senior captain, started the year as the starting quarterback. Oh, by the way, you're a two-way guy on defense. You break your arm week 3. You're thinking, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, by the way, he plays hoops and baseball too, so he needs to be healthy at some point for those sports as well. But he battles his way back. Last game he'll play as a Traverse City West Titan, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak to the rival. And you get an interception in the end zone to end the game? You said it. That's Hollywood stuff, dude.
Yeah, that is. And it just, I mean, like just the overcoming of obstacles. I mean, like the injuries, the broken arm, not thinking that you're going to be able to play. In a moment where you're in a game where you're the underdog coming in, right? You're not going to the playoffs, but you have an opportunity to just spoil your rival's chance. I mean, couldn't have asked for a better play from a bigger player in a bigger moment. Just a fantastic job by Isaac Kelsey and that whole Traverse City West defense.
All right, so West just burned that last timeout. Central has 1 left. If West gets 1 first down, the game's over. Alimo Bade on the run. Trudging ahead. Awesome gain. 7 yards, first down.
And just copy and paste. I mean, just tell your guys to hold on to the ball. Adeo Alimo Bade is doing a fantastic job of carrying the rock. Really good ball security. Coming into this game, he had 2 fumbles this season, but, I mean, he hasn't thought about it once since. I mean, just running with pride and determination right now, and he won't be stopped.
Central doesn't use that timeout yet. Hendricks gives to Alimo Bade. He's got the first down that ends the game. Adeo Alimo Bade. Oh, you talk about finishing a run, man.
I mean, look at him. Look at him just feeding off the sidelines energy. But let's point out here, Sam Schutt's block. Watch this kick-out block here by Sam Schutt. Boom! Right on Michael Gorin. Doing a fantastic job of paving the way for Adeo Alimo Bade, just doing the rest of the work here. I mean, just putting the daggers into the Traverse City Central's defense right now. And he won't be stopped. I mean, the energy is just contagious.
We do have a flag. And it appears they're walking Traverse City West back.
It's unfortunate.
I'm sure Alimo Bade's thinking, this is why we can't have nice things.
I'm also he's probably thinking also, I'm glad that drop didn't really affect us that much.
In case you're just checking out the end of this game, the play Grant's talking about, there was a 4th down and 4 for Traverse City West in Central's territory. They were up 14-8. Was it late 3rd, early 4th quarter? They throw a wheel route to Alimo Bade, who was wide open. He catches the ball. It's a touchdown. He dropped it. Well, West gets a stop. They go down, kick a short field goal, which is essentially end of the game. Alimo Bade running again. Dragging a couple of tacklers one more time. Took Peyton Waller for a ride, and it's going to be 3rd down. Central will burn that last time out. May as well use it. 51 seconds remaining. So Traverse City West, let's zoom out here, right? We've talked all night about how Traverse City Central is now in a really precarious spot because they've lost this game. As for Traverse City West, right? Traverse City West program under a new head coach, James Wagner. It's back-to-back losing seasons, but it's a team that's had a lot of success for a long time. Before these back-to-back losing seasons, they'd had winning seasons in 11 of the 12 seasons before that. They win 35-0 on the road at Bay City Central last week. Now you're shaping up to beat your rival this week. James Wagner, their head coach, Grant, told us earlier this week, with the way the program is building, with the forward momentum we've got, we cannot lose this game. Well, congratulations, Coach. It doesn't look like you're going to lose this game.
Nope, looks like they're going to run away with this one here. But just from last year to this year, they made enormous strides. I mean, and it may not seem like they're not in the playoffs, but I mean, from 2-7 overall to 3, you're going on 4-5 if they win this game right now. I mean, 131 points scored this year versus 116 last year total. They gave up a bunch last year, and they only gave up about 163 this season. A lot of benefits and a lot of positives to this coaching staff.
Look at Adeo Alimo Bade. He just ended the game in a rugby scrum, carrying 4 different Traverse City Central Trojans an extra 6 yards. That's remarkable.
That is, and you're just going to check it out here. I mean, just putting everybody on his back. Doesn't matter if it's your own teammate or the opposing team. I mean, everyone's going for a ride on the Alimo Bade train. I mean, just look at him. He's turned around the other way, and then Sam Shute says, you know what, I'll come in and I'll pull you. I'll help you out here, buddy. And then everyone's just in on the pile here, and then just, that's just the exclamation mark here for this Traverse City West offense tonight.
One final kneel down. Owen Hendricks, the junior quarterback, is coming back for next year. As for this year, those guys in green and gold and white can smile ear to ear. It's over. The 4-game losing streak is snapped. Traverse City West champs again in the Patriot game.
What a game, and Coach James Wagner is loving it. I mean, just feeding off the crowd's energy in your first season. I mean, that's got to be a great feeling. I mean, coming in tonight, that was their goal, right, to win this game. This was their championship. This was their Super Bowl. This was their playoff appearance, and, man, they did not disappoint.
And we have a few Traverse City West students on the field. We've talked about it all night. Traverse City West not making the playoffs. Traverse City Central, let's see what happens. They got to watch that selection show on Sunday now and hope and pray they get a good result. But these are the types of environments, man. It's not hyperbole. This is why you love calling high school sports. You're in such an awesome town. Traverse City, one of the finest communities we've got in our great state of Michigan. The weather stunk. It was in the 40s and rainy pretty much the whole night. But it felt like half the town was here. Traverse City West students now racing into the end zone and getting to celebrate what they haven't been able to do for a while. They haven't won that thing in 4 years.
And they earned it tonight. I mean, just an all-around great performance. I mean, keeping Traverse City Central's team out of the end zone was one of their main goals. And then they put themselves in the right positions to succeed. Just a really good exclamation point. Just a really good way to end their season and to give them some momentum and some courage for next year.
I can tell you one thing. Those guys in green and gold and white, they don't care about the record tonight. They care about the fact that they're getting to celebrate a rivalry win. They're celebrating with their friends. They'll celebrate with their family after the game. It's what you live for, man. This is the type of night that you remember when you're old and fat and gray.
These are the ones that stick with you. Really good job there. I mean, Traverse City West. I mean, they're going to have this trophy for a year. They're going to be able to rub it into their friend's face for a year. I mean, that's just pride was on the line tonight, and then they won that fight.
Yes, you just saw Deo Alimo Bade eat a W like Jameis Winston. Your eyes didn't deceive you. So Traverse City West finishes the year 4-5. The projections tell us they're not going to make the playoffs. They're a Division I school. As for Traverse City Central, who's a Division II school, they're 4-5. Their coaching staff said before this week, I don't know, maybe there's a chance we make the playoffs, but it would really be easy if we win. Well, they don't. And I got to watch their rival Traverse City West hold that thing up for the first time in 4 seasons.
Another little fun caveat. Traverse City West takes takes the lead in the overall record, 15-14 with this win tonight.
You love a rivalry that is as hotly contested as this. James Wagner, his first time coaching this thing, and he wins it. We could sense, talking to that team, talking to that coaching staff coming into this game, despite the record, they were as confident as they had been all year. Coach Wagner said, we cannot lose this game. It's just not possible. The man wasn't lying to us. Liz Kuhn is down there somewhere. We're going to hear from her as soon as we possibly can. Alimo Bade, the star of the night, is holding up that Patriot game trophy and now rocking it to sleep. I mean, look, when you run as well as he did all night, you can eat W's and rock trophies to sleep all you want, dude.
Absolutely. You earned it, big fella. Way to run tonight. Great performance out of you. And supporting cast, that offensive line did a great job of paving the way.
Lord knows in the sport of football, you put in long hours. A lot of time in the weight room. A lot of time watching film during the season and after the season. But you do it all for these couple of minutes of pure elation.
And it's all worth it. When you get that opportunity to hoist a trophy and to celebrate beating a rival, nothing better, man. Nothing better.
There's a whole host of bodies down there. We are told Liz Kuhn is one of the bodies down there, and she is standing by with the hero of the night, Adeo Alimo Bade, for Traverse City West.
I'm joined now by Adeo. You guys able to take down your rivals. Just talk about how sweet this one is.
Oh, man. We were like 0-5 against these kids. We never beat them, but we did it finally. In my senior year, I've been working so hard for this. All 10 years. Since 3rd grade, I've been waiting for this feeling right here.
Absolutely. It was a total team effort here tonight. What makes this group of guys so special?
Man, these have been my brothers. I played with these kids forever. I love them, and I think they all love each other, and that's what makes it so special.
Yeah, absolutely. And the energy on the field, the students rushing down, just how special is that?
Oh, my God, it's amazing. I wish I could stay here forever and get this feeling all the time. It's awesome.
How about this kid, huh?
Absolutely. Congratulations and go celebrate.
Let's go.
Evan, back to you guys.
Yeah, Deo's not falling asleep till like 5 in the morning. He's just not. That dude is wired. He could go play another football game.
Oh, goodness. The energy he had, I mean, goodness gracious, I would not want to tackle that fella.
Adeo Alimo Bade. Man, that is the most animated I have seen anyone in any post-game interview at the high school level in a long time.
That was a great interview. That was fantastic to watch.
That picture is going in the hallway. That picture is going on Instagram. Man, put yourself in the shoes, right, of this new head coach, James Wagner. He's a Michigander, but he was coaching in Colorado at Summit High and Breckenridge the last couple of years. Sneaking in coaching football when he wasn't skiing on the amazing slopes out there. Comes back home to Michigan. Grew up not too far in Gaylord. And he has authored a scene like this in year one, leading the program at Traverse City West. Oh, by the way, James Wagner is standing by with Liz Kuhn. Let's go down to him right now.
Coach, all smiles holding up that trophy. Talk about the emotions right now.
I can't even get into my emotions. It's just, I love these kids. Got a great coaching staff. I'm super proud of these guys. We fought through all the way to the end. We battled some adversity and overcame it. I'm just super proud of the way that they finished the game.
Absolutely. We asked Adejo, what makes this group so special?
It's just the bond between the guys. I mean, it's the relationships that they have. It's the stuff that's off the field. You know, it's the things like the in-between moments of plays that they just joke around and have fun with each other. And it's just such a joy to coach them.
Yeah, this is such an exciting environment. The community really showed out here tonight. How special is it to look up and see their support?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, what an environment the whole night was. It was just an electric crowd. Our student section was incredible. They got a lot of pride, and they should.
Absolutely. Go celebrate, Coach. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
Liz, we'll give everyone a peek behind the television curtain here. Grant and I, before the game, walked down to the field, said thank you to both the coaches for giving us some time to chat earlier this week. And James Wagner, when Grant asked him, what do you think? He goes, well, this is my first Patriot game. I don't really know what to expect. Well, it ended in tears, Grant. I think the man is fully indoctrinated into this rivalry now.
Yeah, no, he is. He's got a full taste for it. I mean, and just you can see the passion on Adeo's face and his responses, and then Coach. I mean, this is a passionate team. You can tell that those guys, when they line up, they don't play for themselves. They play for the ones next to them. Really, really happy to see them happy about this win. And you can tell it means so much to this team and the community that's behind them.
Congrats, guys. That's a heck of a win, heck of a way to end their season, and a heck of a way to end our regular season coverage on Game Time Live. We're back for round one of the playoffs next week. Make sure you stay tuned to all the various State Champs social media channels to find out where the heck we're going. For Grant, Liz, Chuck, John, Robbie, everybody behind the scenes, Evan Stockton saying thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next week, but for now, we are going to enjoy watching this scene. This is what makes high school sports fun. Traverse City West beats Traverse City Central 17-8. They never trailed and won wire to wire in the Patriot game. Go have a great rest of your weekend.
State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza, celebrating 50 years of flavor. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. The future of education begins at ltu.edu. Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. The Construction Association of Michigan, the voice of the construction industry in Michigan. U.S. Navy, transform your life and become part of something bigger. Learn more about naval careers at Navy.com. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.